If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fan.
Okay.
Goosies.
Don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marco.
That's not right.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus.
I don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better about me, boy. Okay. Leroy Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then his hat won't open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like in the city, the driver's side fly. Go to the large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch on YouTube with viewing for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
I just want everybody to know right off the bat that Marcos was supposed to be in today, but I have suspended him for wanting Tua to run all off season, and I'm considering firing him. So thank you for stepping in today, Vlad, in this suspension for Frog Boy, because this is his fault. He has been chirping about a mobile Tua all off season. He wouldn't shut up about it.
Mm-hmm.
And look what you got, Frog Boy. I hope you're happy.
I'm here for you guys.
Thanks. Thank you, Vlad. Even though we took a victory lap on you, that's a very nice way to start today's show.
Can I just say,
that was the worst night ever? Yes.
That might be karma for Leroy.
Here's what makes the night amazing. Nobody threw for 200 yards. And you lose by 21.
Yeah.
And I would say that some of the things that you had questions about, not even Tua, are starting to show up very early. And that would bother me more than anything. For example, the O-line and D-line, injuries, right? Youth,
no youth or too much youth. What do you mean?
Well, just when the young guys get in there, right? Mike McDaniel likes to rotate his receivers to keep them fresh. They had guys in there I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah, you had Robbie Chosen, who's been here off of the 49ers.
And most of the interceptions didn't come throwing the ball to Tyreek or Waddle.
I don't think any of them did.
It came
one bounce right off DeBo's chest.
It came from guys that haven't been in the offense running routes.
Yeah.
And so that's also pretty frightening that, like, one of your strongest positions, your positions on the field, can become one of your weakest from play to play. So I like the fact that Jonnu Smith got more involved or involved at all. I think he ought to retire that running the outside a little bit, because I like what they did up the middle. I really did. They ran the ball well up the middle.
Devon Achane was awesome. Literally the only bright spot of yesterday.
But yeah,
it's a nightmare, dude. Like, look,
it's a nightmare. But here, you know how when you watch an offense and you watch a team that has offense, it looks like it's fluid, right? Like, this is a play off of this play. This play is what we go to off of this play. We're going to show them this and then do this. That offense didn't look like that. I don't know, because they didn't have any success early, but like it just didn't look fluid, right? It looks like they were running a bunch of plays.
It's tough to look fluid when 3/4 of your drives and then turnovers,
right?
Like, and the drives that wouldn't, you'd have like a critical penalty or something to knock you out of range. Like, they played so awful. Like, just to have the Bills come in here and, like I said it all week, statement game. Well, the statement's been made.
Well,
the statement's been made. not even close, not ready, another primetime dud, and then on top of all of it, Tua's career might be in the balance. So
here's what I would say, that like the first thing is Tua's health, right? So we need to see where that's going, how that's going to go. I'm of the belief, if you're healthy, you're healthy. If you're not, you're not. Simple as that. I know people are going to say other things. They're going to bring in all the other stuff. But as a player, I've had a year like Tua had 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had concussions after that, but it wasn't like that year, right? That year, I just like you couldn't shake the fog.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what everybody thinks and what everybody says. If Tua is not healthy to play, he won't be cleared.
They're going to be rightfully, like, we don't even know what his status is
right
now. I think
know.
Mike McDaniel speaking with the media right now. We'll get to some of that, but you got to remember, like, this was not just that he had concussions that year, but it was a year that was also filled with the controversies around the concussions, and Dolphins were covering stuff up, and the Dolphins were being nefarious, and then then he suffered a concussion none of us even knew about in the game, other than one dude on Twitter who pointed it out.
Right.
And then we found out he was done for the season. And so for week 2, yeah, he did a great job last year because he didn't run. Frog boy.
And he was also 14 pounds heavy.
Yeah, and he put himself a little durability, and he just stayed in the pocket where he should. And
it's hard to stay in the pocket.
I understand. He's like, look, he's making a competitive play. He's trying to do something for his team. He played awful. He's trying to make something happen in the red zone, get his team. He's trying to bounce back from an interception. I get it.
Slide.
But he's not built for that.
Correct.
He's not built for that. He's never been built for it. And look, if you've been a skeptic of Tua, that's probably been your biggest fear. Because that he's not Josh Allen. He's not a moose. He is going. He literally collided with probably the skinniest guy on the field, and that happened.
Right.
In a 10-yard run.
Can I just tell you
the irony?
My first trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
From a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Was tackling a 145-pound guy on kickoff.
I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy.
So it's not the size of the other guy.
I know. It hit the back of his head. Like, that's where it always is. He gets hit in the back of the head, and then, like, dude, I know you're. So here's the thing. You come from a different world. So
I understand.
I think you're jaded on this, but like the nation watching Tua have crooked fingers and arms straight yet again. It's like it's hard for the fans to wrap their mind around seeing it because he is very famous. Yeah. He is, the size that he is. He comes with reaction to everything that he does, and so now the Dolphins are in this spot with their franchise quarterback, who the coach really, really cares about, and he's kissing him on the head as he leaves the field. He's very visibly shaking Mike McDaniel on the sideline after this happens. The whole game, you're just like watching the clock. You're like, I can't believe there's this much time left in it. It's tough not to think about his future being in the balance. It's tough not to, because like if it happens 2 out of 3 years and they're always like, because not all concussions are this vicious looking. When he gets a concussion, dude, like it's brutal. It's like he barely can walk off the field. He literally has to get stretchered off the field. The body's involuntarily doing stuff, and it's tough for everybody not to look at that and be like, hey, should he be doing this anymore? And look, he's gonna want to. I know he's gonna want to.
And that's why I say if you're healthy or you're cleared, then yes. If not, then you got to make that decision. But that's part of the sport, right? And I get everybody on the outside looking in and trying to figure out that's why you have medical professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? I don't like hearing the stuff of, well, I don't know what doctor's going to clear him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're cleared, you're cleared. If you're not, then it should be no doctor that clears him.
No, I understand, but this is a medical team that took on scrutiny
Right.
the last time around. So now
So send them somewhere else.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Jeez, Calais Campbell's a big man.
Yeah, he's a
Huge
giant.
man.
All you see is my hat.
Oh, you're on TV?
I was on TV, but all you see is my hat. Calais is that big.
What did he say yesterday?
Calais was saying, I mean, the locker room was really
Just probably down because they didn't play the way they.
Right. It was like a double whammy. Like you're already gonna have to hear it because you lost to your rival, but then you lose your quarterback at that. So it was more how did they feel? You know, did they talk to Tua, which a lot of the players did. Tua was talking to the players in the locker room before the media was able to enter.
Yeah, I certainly was like never more relieved to see a guy get up and like walk off the field. Like, oh, thank God.
But
Like,
even when he was walking off the field, the walk, you could tell. Because like,
he wasn't.
I compared it like a diabetic. I'm a diabetic. So when you have a low sugar reaction, you don't walk with like such, you're not sturdy. Everything's kind of loose. That's how he looked walking.
It was
to
brutal.
the locker room. And it took, it really took the seals out. I mean, the crowd was.
Well, that's the
Dude,
worst.
it was.
That was the worst case scenario of an already worst case scenario game.
Yeah, it was already a disgraceful night.
I mean,
just a putrid performance.
It was a bad night. It was a bad performance.
Don't say it.
I'm going to say it.
Don't
he has
say
the
it.
right to say it.
Don't say it.
I'm going to say it.
Leroy,
I'm going to say it.
Don't say those words.
Because guess what?
Look at me one more time. We talked about this before the show.
I know.
Don't say it.
I'm saying it.
Don't say it.
I'm saying it because it's real.
He told you not to say this was
it's real.
Do not say what you're about
to
say.
Let me say this.
Don't say it.
Any goals that this team has have not been lost by this game because we do. God, no! Vlad, he don't want to hear it, but that's the reality of it.
You're right, bro.
The season isn't over. The season isn't over.
Hold on. The season
we don't. No. I'm just speaking on the game. I'm not talking about all of the injuries and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like that's real. Like you are already ready to go home and suck your thumb.
Oh, yeah. And who's putting us to bed? Josh Allen? Is Sean McDermott? Is he putting Mike McDaniel in the high chair? This is Sean McDermott to Mike McDaniel.
Can you answer me this question, Leroy?
What's up?
Why in divisions certain teams just give other teams
I tried. Listen, I tried to explain that. Okay, I beat the Pittsburgh Steelers my whole career in Cleveland one time. And you want to hit a kicker? The one time was my rookie year, I think.
Oh, wow. So
yeah. So I know this feeling firsthand. It sucks.
Yeah, the players, because I asked the players that, and the players like, man, if I knew, I'd be able to figure it out. It's frustrating. It was a frustrating.
But Tua said one thing that's actually factual. Until you beat them, this is going to be, and guess what? I lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 3 times in 1 year.
In the playoffs?
No.
In that
yes,
division?
We lost both games in the division. Then we won the division, the divisional playoff the weekend, the wild card weekend. We had to go to Pittsburgh again, and we lost in the divisional round.
That hurts. They own you.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not even the first time that Tua has been knocked out for weeks by the Buffalo Bills, because there was the year he got his ribs snapped in half by Epinesa. The 1 year he got knocked up by Milano. Somehow he comes back in that game and they win that game. It's the only game they've won in his tenure.
Oh, that was you talking about the concussion game 2 years ago?
Yeah, where he got knocked back. He had the wobbly legs. He goes out. He comes back. They win in the second half.
It's just
where Ken Dorsey freaks out.
Oh yeah, he had the Dorsey.
But he had the Epinesa game where he got his ribs broken. Now he's gonna.
I mean,
another.
Here's and I hate to say this, but if Tyreek and Waddle aren't on the field, the timing with all these different wide receivers is horrible.
Well, they're literally scrappy.
I know, but look,
you're supposed to have
think about this.
The plan was Odell Beckham, River Craycraft,
Ezukama
and Ezukama, Malik Washington.
But here, and Vlad, think about this. Every interception he threw, no pass was to Tyreek or Waddle.
No, that was the other thing. And you guys are saying that. I felt like right now, when you look at the team, they're too top heavy.
Definitely.
They're too top heavy.
Well, the plan wasn't to be that way.
It wasn't to be that way. But
it wasn't to be that way. So think about this.
When Robbie Chosen's got to move up.
Right. If Chubb's healthy, you got Jalen Phillips, you got a nice rotation there, right? If Ezukama, Malik Washington, Odell Beckham, right? Now you're going 5 or 6 deep there. So, like, these are situations you got to deal with. Nobody don't want to hear that as an excuse. So I'm just like, okay, as the weeks go by and all these guys get more reps, it's got to look better. Why you give me the stink eye?
It's going to look better with Skylar at quarterback?
I don't. Listen, we don't. Relax. Why are we making assumptions, dude?
Assumptions?
We're making assumptions. You
think Tua's going to be ready for Seattle?
No, I think they sit him regardless.
Sam, he's not coming back until after the bye week.
Maybe.
Maybe. And that's a big maybe.
You think? When's the bye week?
Week 6.
You think so?
You're not playing that Monday night game against the Titans. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't think the league's gonna want Tua in any national game.
That's here.
If he's not ready to play.
You're confusing something here. Right? You're confusing the league with medical staff or wherever he gets checked.
But a medical
they are the ones that clear to it, not the league.
Yeah, but we were going to be in a situation where it's a medical team that's already been scrutinized.
Then send him somewhere else.
Already a team that's going to be gun-shy, probably.
Then send him somewhere else where he can get an unbiased opinion.
All right, we'll take a break. Those are our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Choose one with 13 Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, the Sonata, the Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. If you guys want to get some calls in, I know everybody's fuming. 305-567-0560, 305-567-0560. We will open up the phone lines for the Dolphins fans out there. 305-567-0560. Lots to come here on an awful football Friday. Back after this.
Got what you
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Hey, join the WQM on-air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston for Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. Wednesday, September 25th, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall.
Didn't know I knew that one, huh?
I would figure, yeah, I think you have a pretty diverse taste.
Yeah.
Enjoy a fine whiskey, a good cigar, Dolphins, Canes, Heat, and Panthers conversation with the WQM on-air staff. It's free to attend, but you need to RSVP at WQM.com. That'll get you an invite and a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21. Drink responsibly. Talk sports with the WQM on-air staff at Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars. Wednesday, September 25th at Smoke on the Water in Weston, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall, official partner, the main man, and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah, where a partner handles every single case. Call 866-FAIR-FEE. So check that on out, everybody. Reacting to Thursday Night Football. Disaster last night. It's always prime time. It's always like never a disaster 1 o'clock game. It's like, hey, why don't we just do it for the nation to watch this? Oof. Let's go out to the phone lines. 305-567-0560. Cap, what's going on, buddy?
Tobin.
Hey.
Good morning.
Is it?
I don't know, man. I mean, man, I mean, we wanted to see the it factor. You know, Mr. Show Me the Money ended up showing us the IR.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I don't want to say Flores was right because the national media and the local media are going to try to brainwash you to think the opposite. But I think Flores was right. So, I mean, anybody can complain about McDaniel now. You already paid him. Anybody want to complain about the offense? You already paid them. Anybody want to complain about the quarterback? You just paid him $200 million. So, I mean, I know people are going to want to rush him to come back. But those are the same people that wanted this scenario to play out. And now look how the scenario played out. I just feel like the Miami Dolphins don't listen to the fan base until it benefits them in the pocket. And now that we had to come out the pocket even more for season tickets to get a product on the field that was force-fed to us was going to be great, I think I want my money back.
You want your money back?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, Garfinkel, give Cap for Life a refund, dude.
Are we doing this based on one game?
Dude, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that.
All right.
You got to stop.
All right.
You can't hit me with it's just a week 2. And by the way,
no. I'm not even saying week 2. I'm saying look at where we are.
Yeah.
After one game.
Yeah, but you don't know when your star quarterback's coming back.
But we still,
who also did not play like a star, by the way, on prime time yet again.
Neither did Josh Allen.
You didn't have to.
But it happens.
Give it to James Cook every time James Cook got the ball. They're gone.
Can I
like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Can I ask a question?
You can always ask a question. It's your show.
This is an honest question. Was Tua supposed to throw for 350 every week?
Yes.
All right, then that's the problem.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's not.
What do you mean?
He's not going to do it.
He led the league in passing.
Okay, but he didn't average 350.
Close.
No, he didn't. It wasn't close.
It was kind of close.
No, it wasn't even close. He didn't even average 300. 3 times 17 is 51.
Mm-hmm.
He threw for 4,600 yards. So I'll ask you again. I'll tell you again.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't average 300.
All right.
But I'm just saying, like
you get as a fan base when you get paid that much money, like you understand, like Leroy, one time the fans wanted like a show out performance against your division opponent on prime time.
15 games left.
But dude, this is why I tell you, not all games are equal. I know literally in the standings they are, but they're not. And you can't act like losing to the Bills isn't an extra sting. You can't.
It is an extra.
You're not a human otherwise.
Wait. You're confusing the two things. I'm not saying it's not an extra sting. It's a division rival. They have owned you for so long. Mm-hmm. Of course, it stings a little bit more. But I'm also saying it's week 2. So listen, I get the panic of everybody. But do you understand the extremes of what people are saying today? It's a little over the top.
Is it? If you don't have Tua, do you think they go to the playoffs?
No, I'm talking about just what they're saying about the whole situation. Like, They lost one game. They're 1-1. I want my money back. Already?
With the starting QB going down? With no idea when he's coming back? Yeah. Strange. Don, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, fellas. I got up this morning, so it's a good day.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
All right.
Listen, I've been a Dolphin fan since 1970, right? I've watched them up and down, go through front office people, go through coaches, go through players. Ever since
Hey, 560, you're on the air.
What happened?
Nope.
Who's hitting buttons?
Oh, man. All right. Hey, Vlad, you got to hit. Where's the dial tone? Drop that. Vlad? Talking to? Is he talking to a caller? Take a break.
No.
What is he? Who is he talking to? Am I crazy?
He's doing a hit.
Oh, he's doing a what?
He's doing a hit.
What do you mean he's doing a hit? Like he's doing a radio hit right now? Is this like, am I getting punked?
No.
Vlad. Dude, what are you doing right now? You're literally putting dial tone over the air. Are you messing with me?
Vlad, turn on your mic.
Vlad, turn on. What are you doing? I just see you talking. You're putting dial tone over the air, and I don't get any response from you.
I'm doing a show.
What? Yeah, this one. Go to break. We'll back after this. All right, welcome back. 560 WQAM. All right, dude. What the hell was going on, Vlad? What the hell? I didn't want to blow you up on the other side because I didn't want to embarrass you on whatever show you were on.
Okay.
Why are you doing another radio show during this radio show?
I was doing a hit.
With who?
With Jason Page, a good friend of mine that I produce his show for Sports Rap. That's nationally syndicated on your TV stations. Sports Rap with Jason Page.
All right. But no heads up? You didn't let us know. We literally thought you were a crazy person. We all saw you on camera.
I told Leroy. Leroy saw it. Leroy, you saw it.
I saw it, but I didn't want to tell right now.
You want me to tell a mystery?
You asked me, what is Vlad doing?
And I told you it hit.
No.
You should have said a radio hit.
Listen, first of all, you said a hit, and I was like, what? And I was like, you mean he's legitimately doing a radio show, right? But you're like, all right, you know what?
No, he was actually on TV.
I get it, and that's great.
I mean,
but
it did look
when we're leaving, literally that was on the air the entire time that he was talking.
I know. Why is that on me? You should be able to drop that.
I couldn't. You locked it.
I didn't lock it. I never
You
touched
did.
it. I never touched it. I haven't touched anything.
What? You obviously touched something.
I didn't touch anything.
Dude, I didn't touch a button.
The only thing I've been touching was the phone.
That's not true.
I can't touch this. I can't. Yeah, I didn't touch it.
Dude.
I didn't touch it.
Dude.
I didn't touch it. You could, yeah.
I talked into your ear and I said, hey, can you put that on hold? And then you put it on hold, but you didn't put it on hold. You hung up on it, and so we just got dial tone.
Yeah, that might have happened.
That did happen. What do you mean that might happen? Why would you lie to me? I know it happened. I'm not crazy.
-1.
Don, what's going on, dude?
Oh, hey guys. Back to where I was. So all the prefence, we can drop that. Okay, Grier's. Let me just put it bluntly. He's an idiot. You get rid of great players. We keep getting rid of great players, and we keep hiring shiny objects. Look, we got rid of Larry Tunsil. Who we got instead? Broken down Armstead. Okay, Tua has been a bad investment since we drafted him. We had another choice. We would be better off. I don't care if you argue with me or not. Better off keeping Tannehill. Look what he did in Tennessee. All you had to do was build around him. That he never had an offensive line. Tua is not the guy. Never going to be the guy. And why they pay him? Look at since Tennessee last year. Why'd they pay him?
All right, there you go. Don with the strong T wants everybody fired.
We're doing this.
I told you
on one game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You would admit a really bad night, though.
It's a bad night. I'm not.
Of the nights that deserve that reaction, this is a night that deserves that reaction.
I'm not even disputing it was a bad night. It was a terrible night.
Oof.
It was the worst possible night at the worst possible time. Okay? But, rats off a ship. Everybody. Already. You can't. There's going to be games I'm going to tell you this right now. There'll be more games like this.
Leroy, can I ask you a question?
It happens. Yes.
If you thought the team couldn't survive without a third receiver, how do you think they're going to do without their quarterback for a month?
I did not hear. Here's the kicker. Okay. This is a unique situation in that they rotate a lot of receivers. Usually on a team that has two studs, one of your studs is always on the field. A lot of these plays, they had 2 or 3 wide receivers. I'm like, who are they?
Yeah.
So that is something that, hey, you need to go to Tyreek or Waddle and say, one of you need to be on the field at all times.
But now make it Skylar Thompson for 3 weeks at the minimum.
You think 3 weeks at the minimum?
At the minimum.
Why are we making medical assumptions?
Because Tua's had a bad concussion past.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Okay. But now it's not. But now it's a night ago. Now it's not even 24 hours ago.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a thing nationally. People are calling for him to retire. Tony Gonzalez said it on the broadcast last night.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna have plenty of it. You know, Mike McDaniel doesn't even want to talk about it today to the media. He goes, it's an inappropriate time to talk about his career, which is not even like ruling it out. It's a thing, man. Like, and you've had him say in his family he considered stepping away before. You had him say that his mother wants him to step away when that was before they even got the contract. Now you got, you know, a $40 million payday this year on signing bonus, which I think he deserved. I'm glad that he got paid. But like, yeah, you don't think that the family's going to be kicking that around this over this time while he's healing? I'm sure he wants to play. I'm sure that's the initial reaction, that he wants to play. But also, I'm sure they're going to tell him the other side of it too.
All right. Like, I don't.
But that's why
I don't, and I don't know how else to put this. Football is a brutal sport with brutal injuries, played by brutal people. And we taking what you see on the field and kind of using how we would feel if it was us. They are a different breed. And the one thing that I will say, if he's cleared, he's probably going to play.
Probably.
Okay. And the fact of the matter is, he's got to be cleared first. If he isn't cleared, then we can have all these conversations. But until that day, then we go on. Like,
but you act like guys recently have stepped away for concussions. Really good players have stepped away for Luke Kuechly. You had Andrew Luck do it.
But all those guys made substantial money first.
Tua just made substantial money, dude.
He
just made substantial money. He got a $45 million paycheck this year.
Yeah, but if he retires and he gets cleared, you got to give it back.
I don't think so.
Yes, you do.
I think the contract is he has this year already locked in.
No, but it's prorated.
Hold on. It's an extension, right? So it kicks in next year.
No, but you get
the signing
check this
year. But here,
right.
He's
only got 2.
This is from sports.
You understand? It's prorated. So I give you a perfect example.
Yeah, but he only has to give it. He only this year he could basically say I'm out with concussion. Like he's not going.
He could.
He's on the 5th year.
This is from Sport Track. It says, while fully recovery is the only real focus here on Tua, responding in regards to his contract. This is like the website that does everybody's contract breakdowns. Deal includes $167 million guaranteed for injury, $43 million which has been paid in 2024. If he's medically cleared to return to football but opts to retire, he will forgo the remaining $124 million guaranteed, barring a custom settlement. If he's medically forced to retire, then he has the right to collect his entire contract. It's almost like a Chris Bosh situation.
Right. Exactly.
So no, he doesn't have to get that money back.
Well, okay. But
so he has made a lot of money.
Yeah, but the hope.
And by the way, made a lot of money before that too. It's not like he was getting peanuts.
The whole thing about this is that you want to play.
I get it.
If you're healthy enough to play, you want to play. And I'm gonna say this, his ego will not allow him to just take the money and run.
I don't disagree with you there.
Because he,
especially
throughout his whole career, has wanted to prove that he belongs and he's worthy of it. So there's that. But here's the kicker, and I'm gonna say this. If he's healthy, he should play. If not, then whatever. Now, if you got to send him somewhere else because the doctors here don't want to go through that, then that's what you do. And as simple as that. So when Tua's healthy, he'll play.
But that's the thing though. Like and again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that he wants to play and will want to play and will want to get cleared and all that. But you also, I'm sure is going to heed from his people, the people that really matter in his life,
right?
About that, because you are going to be fine. Like you did set everybody up. 2 young kids, you know, and like how many more of those does he want to risk? Because it is a risk with him.
But you look at it as a risk for him. And me personally, I look at it as a risk for everybody.
You would say, okay, are there more people who are, because of the way he's built?
Because of the way he's built, but I will also say this. Who's the least likeliest person to get hit like that on the football field, regardless of what has happened. The quarterback, like he's had some bad luck with it, but the quarterback is the least likely, the least likeliest person to keep getting concussions.
Right, and it's already happened to him 4 times.
Right.
Viciously,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
And I think, and here's the thing, and I'm just gonna put this as a point for him, because he is a very competitive guy, and the way that he plays, he tries to extend plays, like, and he talked about an uncomfortability that he had last year. I think probably playing overly cautious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like if he can't play football the way he wants to play football,
Mm-hmm.
like that doesn't weigh in the decision too. Like if you can't play like your style.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. If you go on the field and you can't play the way you play, yeah, that's why I retired. I didn't feel like I could go out there and play the way that I've been playing for 10 years. Like, yeah, we all have to make that decision.
Yeah. I want him to play.
And so from that standpoint, yeah, that's part of it too.
I want him to play. I root for the guy. I want him to have this great career. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't like recoil at my television. I'm like, God, again, man, like you just felt awful because like, yeah, he talked about this off season where he's more vocal. He feels like he arrived. He's got this vocal leadership. And he knows that he did not perform well yesterday, and he's trying to make a great play for his team just to give him any spark. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's an unfortunate thing. It just is. But because of the pass and because the lightning rod that comes with him, yeah, dude, they're gonna be like overly cautious. Like I don't think this is gonna be, hey, when he's cleared, he's cleared. Hey, we put him in the tent, bring him back. Like, that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
And the public pressure.
Right.
Yeah, but like I get the public pressure, but again, I always fall back on if you're healthy, that's one decision, right? If you're not healthy, that decision's taken out of your hands. And until Tua is cleared, having this conversation is a moot point because he's not cleared to play. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to talk about what Tua should do or what Tua shouldn't do or how he should go about this whole situation, it's a moot point if he's not cleared to play, because then that would mean he is not healthy enough to play. Mm-hmm. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But first things first, let's see how long it takes Tua to get healthy. If he does get healthy, that's the most important thing right there. Mm-hmm. Then when we talk about, for people to start talking about what Tua should do or shouldn't do, well, right now he shouldn't do anything because he's not healthy.
Yeah, you should just heal.
Right, exactly. And then we'll cross that bridge, or he'll cross that bridge when they say, okay, you're cleared to play. Now let's have these other tough and difficult conversations. That's it. That's how it goes. So from that standpoint, like we sitting here trying to tell, somebody else in a team or whatever, listen, I'm a firm believer. If you're a doctor, you're a doctor. The rules don't change for a doctor here versus a doctor somewhere else. So I think if he's cleared by one doctor, he'll be cleared by most.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've seen some guys who haven't been cleared.
I go back to the Chris Bosh thing. I know it's a different sport, but like Chris Bosh, like remember Chris Bosh was like searching for a doctor that would clear him. And I think like he got like one guy that would clear him, and the league was still like,
no.
So I don't know.
Because 1 out of 15 that says you can play, then that's taking a chance. Right? You sound like you found your cousin. Right? That's what it sounds like, right? Like, I'm just saying.
He's good for it, I swear.
Right. So the first things first, get Tua healthy, and then we'll cross that bridge when it's crossed as far as, okay, should he play? Will he play? Or whatever. But first, he has to be cleared. First, he has to be, and it takes as long as it takes. I don't know how long it's going to. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And so like while we sitting here, like just determining after, a bad hit that, we wasted our money, shouldn't have paid him, and all of this. I knew this was going to happen, right? That's what everybody's saying. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like the durability questions, when it happens week 2, like that's and that was, and I think that here's the thing. This isn't even like, oh, Tua hurt an ankle, Tua hurt an arm. Like the last thing you wanted if you were like is a concussion,
correct,
like a vicious looking one,
correct.
Like that's the thing, and it's tough. It's tough, dude. I get it. It's tough not to think of
vicious.
Just the way that he reacted to it. Yeah, like he does the thing with the fingers, man. It really freaks me out.
That's
the fingers thing, man.
Yeah,
that's how it.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I look like I flipped you off, but
that's how it.
Oh,
that's
dude,
how it looks.
That's how
I know, but like
that happened to you.
He's like, I love
what?
Did you have like that happen when you?
Yeah, dude. The first concussion I had my second year, right? And again, I was running down full speed. I had never made a tackle, right? And I turned my head to a returner that was 145 pounds. His name was Ice Cube. 145.
His name was Ice Cube?
Wait, Ice Cube melted you?
Yeah, Ice Cube played for the Oilers. Pull it up. Ice Cube played for the Oilers.
All right, I'll pull it up.
He was 145 pounds. So
Houston
Oilers. Right. And dude, I hit him, and then
Gerald McNeil,
Ice Cube. How much?
5'7", 145.
Yeah, you thought I was kidding, right? I turned my head.
Oh, I remember Gerald McNeil.
Turned my head.
Born in West Germany.
Boom! Right on the side of the head.
That's
right. And my whole body went limp.
Intangibles?
No.
He's a brother.
Oh,
soldier. Probably, son of a soldier.
So my whole body went just
limp.
No,
Yeah,
I couldn't feel my arms or my legs. This from hitting a 145-pound guy.
Wow, he is tiny. He played with you?
No, he played in Cleveland though.
Yeah, that's one of the first thing that comes up is him as a Brown.
He was gone the year I got there.
He got. You know what? He got revenge.
I guess so. So like, it's not I can't explain it because I'm sitting here telling you, look at my big ass. I hit a 145-pound guy, and I woke up in the hospital. So it's not necessarily always the size or the
yeah. I mean, like the first one we all think happened was literally him just getting shoved.
Right. Hit his head in the back. So like, yeah. And I'm talking about stretcher, neck, everything. And the whole time I was going to the hospital, they were sticking me with the pen, right? To see if
you had feeling.
Right. And in about an hour, I got up and went back to the game. Not just in my street clothes. I was fine. Right?
Was this the one Belichick wouldn't let you play?
I went through all the tests, and Belichick said, "Oh no, you're out."
See, even Belichick knew back in there.
Right, but I'm just saying,
1 + 1 = potato. That's why you said
what?
Because you said 1 + 1 = potato. And he goes, he's not good.
Then wait, I had one in Minnesota, right?
He probably wanted a potato.
I had one in Minnesota where I got clocked. I ran a screen inside, and who's the guy I hate?
Juicer.
Yeah.
Oh, Romanowski?
Romanowski.
That's him.
Right? I cut it inside. Boom. Out. So I get to the sideline, right? And they just say, you out. Right? But it was okay after a few minutes. And Harold and the guys behind me were going, I'm Batman. They were like making fun of me behind me, but like
different time.
Yeah, different time. I get it. But I'm just like, so I'm just thinking from my experience and how these things go, right? And try to like it,
but also like and like
I know
again,
the times different.
I know different times
and a different position.
Yeah.
I gotta hit a lot more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the
You're
other
kind of a moose though too, dude. Like he's not a moose, and like
yeah, but it's still your head.
Yeah,
like,
you had shoulder pads to protect you. Like
no, I didn't. They didn't protect my head. I didn't have them strapped on top of my
like,
head.
the pads was gonna help protect you
No,
from bouncing
dude.
off the
Them pads, no. Let me tell you something. All them times I got hit, I'm just saying.
Speaking of hit, we hit this clock over the head. So
Well,
we gotta take a
that's
break.
his fault.
What do you mean that's my fault?
Because you were doing other shows.
It's on me.
No. That's third segment.
That's on me.
That was
Okay.
me on the second segment.
That's on me.
Okay, all right. I got you.
Take a break. Back after this. All right. Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Get well, Tua.
You wrong for that. You know the name of the song is?
No.
Just Got Paid.
Hold on, we all did.
Let me just.
We all did. Today, we all did.
It is payday.
Okay, then.
Okay,
But
your timing was horrible.
let me ask you this.
Maybe impeccable.
You know what? Do you think Stephen Ross is worth what, like $12 billion?
Oh, that's
A
sad.
lot.
He had a
12 billion?
sad mug,
A
man.
lot.
He had a sad.
You think like?
face.
Do you think like he even thinks about the money at
Yes,
halftime?
Yes.
Like he's thinking,
No,
or do you think?
Man.
I think he's
This is
more,
before Tua gets hurt. I'm telling you, before Tua gets
before
hurt.
Tua gets
Before
hurt?
Tua gets hurt.
No.
I'm talking just stinking up the joint. Does he look at McDaniel, Tua, Waddle, Tyreek,
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey, and he thinks to himself, big checks. Or is it like spending $100 to him?
I would say money is money.
Money's money.
And they spent $100.
And I absolutely believe that he wants to get, more bang for his buck.
Oof.
That's just the
He basically like he must have
but
felt.
it's even one worse for him
Hmm?
because he's looking at it like, yo, I've spent more money than most owners on this franchise in a long time.
I spent more money for next year's, not this year. I spent a lot of money for the future.
Right.
And the future is all surrounded
So we're all in
by
agreement.
number one.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement.
Oh,
So he
no.
was thinking about the money.
Bro, listen, let me tell you this, because with 2 minutes left, you get down to the
Mhm.
you get down. I always want to get down quick so I can get that position, right?
Yeah, of course. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, cleats on the ground. So I see, they like, oh, media, you still have to wait behind this line. And I see Boss Ross, Dan Marino, and all of the other Dolphin head honchos walking in. Boss Ross had a face like he saw a ghost, man. It was just like he was walking, hands in his pocket, just like head down. I'm like, yeah.
Make it make sense, dude.
No, they just say, hey, bro, just keep it moving. Don't say nothing.
Leroy was just watching Robert Jones during the break get absolutely dish ragged.
Dude,
Oh,
he almost had a sack.
I was so, dude. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm so mad at Chris Grier for saying that thing about, Mike McDaniel. We actually laugh at the fans and the media for offensive line concerns. I'm like, you do? Well, first of all, one of them is put together like Legos. I don't even know if he's going to get through games.
No,
You know?
You know.
And then
You say, I don't even know if he's going to get through games. You know.
they go out. Leroy, first of all, he goes at, they're like, oh, Teron Armstead. This was after Robert Jones, by the way. I mean, got killed on one of those plays. Ed Oliver just continuing to just floss with the Dolphins quarterback. And then they're like, Kendall Lamb's out there. I'm like, what? What's happening? And they're like, we had to fix Teron Armstead's harness. Harness? He didn't practice. He has a does he always have a harness? Is he in a jousting match?
Come on, man. There's death taxes, and Teron Armstead's going to miss 4 games.
Doesn't even do anything anymore. It's just supposed to show up.
It's always interesting because Mike and I were talking about this the other day that with the offensive line, how every year that's, you guys are like, oh, not good enough. But then offensively, we're a pretty good offense the last 2 years. And a number of you guys have talked about how the guys have improved. Those guys on the offensive line have worked their tails off. We feel confident in them. The coaching staff believes in them. And Butch and Mike and Frank have done a great job, and Lem in helping those guys develop and work. And so I think the important thing is they all work together. It's a really cohesive unit, and just watching them work together is great every day. They hang out together, so it's a very close-knit unit. That said, yeah, we'll add someone to the practice squad like we always do.
Oh, great. Is that guy helpful?
Just for your information, we
all
released
laugh it up.
Jack Driscoll recently because we claimed Grant Dubose wide receiver, and so that was a roster move for him.
Hey, so
Jack's
hey,
a good kid.
you want to know something? Just let me just say, what a move, huh? So the backup who they cut, Driscoll, the guy who got Vita Vea'd, they cut him for old bouncy off the chest McGee. Laugh it up. We laugh at your concerns of the offensive line. Even though one of them is like falling apart like a zombie. Hey, Smitty.
Hey guys, how you doing there?
We've been better.
Yeah. Sometimes I blame myself. Ever since I left Miami in 2004, both the Hurricanes and Dolphins been sucking it up.
That's what we say all the time, dude. If it wasn't for Smitty leaving for Salt Lake City, we'd be on top.
Hey, listen, real quick, and I know you guys might disagree me, but I still feel, and I still feel it from before, I thought we drafted the wrong quarterback when we took Tua. No offense, I like him, but the guy cannot look at that second and third option like these other quarterbacks know how to extend the play. I've seen it over and over, and I know you guys sometimes agree and don't agree, but he just isn't it. And I'm sorry, Leroy, he ain't coming back from this concussion. He's had too many concussions. This career of his is just about over because he gets one more, he's definitely done. I mean, you got to be realistic here. He is not the franchise quarterback that we need, and we haven't had one since Marino. And that's what's been killing this team and the Hurricanes all these years. Now the Hurricanes finally got a good quarterback, and you see the difference. But this is the one sport that you will never win anything unless you have a good quarterback. Yeah. I don't care what else you have. And as far as the offensive line, we should have done that Flores when you had all those draft picks. You should have stocked up nothing but offensive line. Because why do you think Tom Brady did so good? Because he always had a stout offensive line. And I'll leave it at that, guys.
He had a stout offensive line coordinator. That's what he had.
He got rid of the ball quickly, too. I don't necessarily agree with he only throws to his first option.
He didn't last week.
But I would say this. That's the first time Tua has really experienced nobody being open. Now, keep in mind, Buffalo does a good job of they play that too deep. They get their linebackers really, really, really deep. That's why you throw all those short passes. That's why you throw the ball to the tight end.
This friggin' Sean McDermott, every time he faces them, like they're never a threat.
And they never can complete passes in the middle of the field.
He does a good job of limiting Tyreek.
And like, who the hell is
all he does is here's what he does. Because I almost think I would do this. I'm gonna play the too deep. I'm gonna make sure they get out to the hash marks, right? I'm gonna play my corners, I'm gonna let my corners ride Tyreek and Waddle on the outside. I'm gonna get my linebackers really deep. And I'm going to dare Tua to throw it outside because you think his arm's not strong enough to hit that pocket that you can get your safety over there. And Mike McDaniel really doesn't run any routes out there, right? So all you guarding when you play the Dolphins is in between the numbers, right? Especially in between the two hashes. And so when you watch every time they play Buffalo, there's a lot of defenders in the middle of the field. That's part of the reason why those little quick passes to Achane were working. But I would say this, if you throw that outside pass too quick, they can all run to the ball. So to beat them, you need some type of play, a slow release by a tight end, a slow release by, a running back, where you let those guys get down the field. And then you just take those 10, 15-yard chunks because you're going to just be running free down the field. So, there's ways of doing it, but it always seems like when you play Baltimore, when you play Buffalo, when you play all these teams that play that cover two, that have linebackers that can get depth, the team always struggles throwing the ball because you're trying to throw in the middle of the field. Now add a receiver that doesn't know how to break that thing off, right? Because the thing about Tyreek and the thing about Waddle, they get to the top of that mark and they straight across the field. They're not kind of slow rolling it in there like number, wasn't it 89, 88?
Everybody in the 80s was terrible.
Yeah. So,
and I'm sorry. I was so upset.
Why?
Because as bad as the game was, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a chance, at least, for Tobin to have some sense of happiness. Just a little bit.
Oh, I know what you're getting ready to say.
3rd and goal. Dolphins on a drive. They're about to score. And Tua missed your boy, the tight end.
I don't think it was Tua. I think it was Skylar.
Oh, it was Skylar.
It was Skylar.
It was
right in his hands, though.
It was Skylar. I'm
He
sorry.
had it.
Skylar missed him. And I'm like,
He had He dropped that Munyon for me. I'm still going to bet on him next game.
But the fact of the matter was right there. Like, you could see it. I'm like, oh, that's why he makes that bet every time.
I think the reason he was undrafted, this may be me, but I'm thinking the reason he was this guy wasn't drafted, he may have trouble catching the football.
You think?
That might have been really what, because everybody is saying he's the most physical tight end. He's a mauler. Perhaps this was his weak spot. Why he did not get drafted.
Can I say this? I bet you, if you look in his past, he either played D lineman or tackle.
Did they have stats at Idaho State?
I bet you he played either D line or tackle at some point in his life.
I'll look that up.
Because that's usually, the conversion.
I'm just thinking he may have trouble holding on to the football because I feel like all my Julian Hill experiences, though I will still bet on you, Julian. I'm betting him $10 every week till this hits. Okay? It's gonna hit because I feel like the odds are just gonna go up now.
Oh, it's got to. Now.
It's got to. But I'm starting to get the hint that he may have a little trouble catching the football. It may be a thing. I don't know.
Gave that away. He had to file assault and battery charges on the football. Who did it to you? Him.
We'll take a break. We'll hear from Mike McDaniel. He addressed the media this morning. So we'll hear a little bit from the Finns head coach. Back after this. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We got a little tickle my fancy coming up. Man, want to let you guys know, got a chance to win an autograph and a photo op with a little person we like to call Alexander Barkov and Dmitry Kulikov. Don't mean to sell you short there, Cooley. But if you guys want to win that, it's getting given away courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. For your chance to win, text the word cup to 20357. That's cup to 20357. If you don't win, you can purchase tickets at HollywoodCollectibles.com. Hollywood Collectibles is located on Sterling Road in Dania Beach. And you see Kachuk there yesterday? You see that at all on social media?
What did he do?
Oh, he was having a good time at the football game.
The Dolphins game or the Kansas City game?
No, he went to the Dolphins game.
Oh, okay.
He was he took a little shot with a mini Stanley Cup.
Dude, they just more ale.
Paul Maurice is gonna have the most hungover training camp.
Oh my god.
It's like, all right, guys, let's go. And Kachuk's gonna be like, wow, hold on, coach, hold on. He goes, elbow room again, Matthew. Yeah. Oh man, we haven't heard anything from Paul Maurice this summer. I wonder what his summer was like with the Cup.
Well, he's talking next on September 18th.
It's media day.
Yeah,
media day. Can't wait. We're gonna be out there. I'm excited about it.
Yep.
Speaking of coaches, Mike McDaniel. He spoke to the media this morning. This is what Mike McDaniel told them. Obviously, there's a lot of concern for his guy Tua, and you know what an interesting thing that Mike McDaniel does? Do other coaches do this? I've never heard. Do you know that he refers to his players as his teammates?
yes, I saw that.
That's an interesting thing. I've been
Yeah.
noticing that. Not my players.
No.
He calls them my teammates.
No. He's unique to that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's one way of clarifying whether we all in this together,
I
right?
guess,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the players, appreciate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did take his teammate's girl.
That's true. He did do that back in the Arena League. Here is Mike McDaniel asked about what he told Tua yesterday.
I said,
You put on the channel 3 there, Vlad. We're good to go.
I said, you're, I told him he's the starting quarterback of his family, and that to go in the locker room, take a deep breath, and I'll see you soon.
Oh man.
Whew. He's like, he's pretty shook up. He's just as shook up as everybody else, right? Like,
Yeah. You could notice that. I thought
you know what? I would say this. You appreciate because he didn't talk about the team situation at all. He just talked about the situation of Tua and, making sure Tua's in the right frame of mind. So,
because I think he
the
knows
players will appreciate that even more.
Yeah, I think the guy, because he knows his guy, and he knows his guy's going to be thinking immediately, how fast can I get back? And
Right.
he should just, get that, like literally get the head, take all the time he needs. But here he was asked about the career status of Tua, and this is what he had to say on that.
Retirement consideration being for him.
I think it would be. I think it would be so wrong of me to even sniff that subject, and it's more in line of actually caring about the human being, and that's something that entirely you're talking about his career, right? His career is his, and that's something that I think I just really, really, really wish. I totally understand it, and it's not misplaced. I totally get how that's where people want to go to. I just wish that people would for a second hear what I'm saying, that bringing up his future is not in the best interest of him. So, I'm going to plead with everybody that, does genuinely care, that should be the last thing on your mind, because you don't, like, what do you think that's, if I would answer that question, I'd be like, all right, this is my thoughts on his career, and he read it. If he agreed with it or he disagreed with it, either way, I've just made him worse. So I'm not taking this opportunity to just not, I don't think it's appropriate, simply because of my care and regard. And I don't think those types of conversations, when you're talking about somebody's career, I think it probably is only fair that their career should be decided by them.
There you go, Mike McDaniel.
Was he doing a video conference
this morning? Yes.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, he's doing a Zoom.
All right.
So
he's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just and my whole thought was all the other stuff is nonsense. He's not healthy right now. So until he's healthy, having conversations about what you're going to do, when or if, or a moot point. And everybody's chiming in on it. And Mike McDaniel's right. It's irresponsible. It is. Because he hasn't been cleared to play and he's not healthy.
You ready to get your fancy tickled? I said that weird. I'm sorry.
Listen, been a rough day.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse.
Hey, yo.
Don't make it worse. Don't make it worse. I had to give him a little side eye. What we doing over here?
Hey, yo.
Take a break. Tickle Leroy's fancy next. Nah! It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy's fancy. I saw you gave us the X's and O's.
He broke it down really good.
Broke it down.
I just break like you can see. I was just showing them real quick what the better teams like to do against the Dolphins, right? They want to take away the middle of that field, and they do whatever they can to do it. But what you have to do is formationally, you have to put them in a situation where it's not that easy, right? So either with play action, and that's why you ever notice when they run the football, there's a lot of motion and stuff like that, because all they want the defense to do, is take one bad step or stand and look, because they don't know what's happening. And if you can get them to stand and look, that's no ground covered. And so it's just a cat and mouse back and forth. But whenever you see that pass down the middle, and it always looks like it's somebody who hasn't done it, that's usually where you have the problems.
You ready to have your fancy tickle, dude?
Yes, caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, you thought it was Monday.
I thought it was Monday. I don't know why I thought it was Monday. I thought it was Monday because football, it was yesterday, and we've been so miserable all day.
I don't know if I can watch football on Sunday now.
Yeah.
I'll watch the Canes, obviously, but I don't know.
On Saturday, but football.
Come on, Toby. You're not going to watch football on
I don't think
Sunday?
so, dude.
You know what?
I don't want to watch football.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to watch.
Hmm?
Only one thing will make me feel better.
Oh, come on. You see, you see, nah. You see, this is wrong.
I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
That was God getting karma on
I'm
you.
just messing with you, Vlad. Why? You didn't even know what I was going to say.
I knew what you were going to say. There's something going on Sunday that's going to make you happier than to see my team lose.
How depressing would it be if we get the news today that like the Dolphins traded for Russell Wilson?
Oh, Limitless?
My God, no.
Limitless.
Just saw him on my television. I don't want that to happen. I just saw him like, oh, could you imagine? All right, ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 1 o'clock, Leroy. The New Orleans Saints, your childhood team. They are 1-0, and they visit the 1-0 Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is a 6-point favorite. Tickle your fancy?
Isn't that crazy? You know, that doesn't happen very often, that a team wins by 20 points or more, and then the next week they're a touchdown underdog. It's a weird thing.
That's not really that weird, Leroy. The home team gets 3 points, and they just think that Dallas is just a better team than New Orleans.
All right. I'll be my fancy is tickle because I'm curious to see.
My fancy is
they
tickle.
basically saying that Carolina is so damn bad, right?
Yeah.
That we don't even take that game seriously.
I might literally think Georgia could beat Carolina.
No, dude.
I know it's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
People been saying that for years.
Yeah.
You could take the worst team in the NFL and play the best team. You can have them play last year's Michigan team, and they'd be favored by 25.
I don't know, but speaking of college, I need Cam Ward to drop like 400 on Ball State just to make me feel any kind of.
Really? He might not even play in the midway through the third quarter. It might be a blowout.
I know it is a 40-point spread, but I need elixir. I need cleansing. 1 o'clock, Leroy. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, also winners last week, 1-0, visit the Detroit Lions. Detroit, 7.5-point favorites at home. Take your fancy?
They're not buying the Baker experience either, huh?
Nope.
My fan. Look, my fancy is tickled by these teams that look like they had dominant wins, and then are like this bigger underdog.
They beat them last year in the playoffs, divisional round.
I mean, yeah, but so
that's why, and everybody's really on Detroit, man. They think Detroit's one of the
Detroit's
best
really good
home field advantages.
I will say too, love the man Campbell Applebee's commercials.
I like it.
Yeah,
love them
with the over the face.
Shh, seen it, we'll never see it coming. Oh man,
and which is about the quiet he's ever been, right? During that commercial, he whispering.
All right, 1 o'clock. The Indianapolis Colts.
No.
Oh, what do you mean? No, really?
The Colts.
All right,
Fancy, not tickled.
Road favorites
Don't care.
against Green Bay.
Well, that's because they ain't got their quarterback.
That's true.
Like, yeah, like we know why.
Leroy, 1 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
The New York Jets visit the Tennessee Titans, both 0-1, but the Jets, 3.5-point road favorites. Tickle your fancy?
Yeah. I'm curious to see. Well,
My fancy is
and
tickled.
my fancy is tickled because, Aaron Rodgers talked. You know what I'm saying? He run his mouth.
Bolero. At 1 o'clock, Leroy, the San Francisco 49ers, 1-0 on the season. They visit the Minnesota Vikings, also 1-0. San Francisco is a 5-point road favorite. Does that tickle your fancy?
No, I'm
Fancy, not tickled.
Not a sexy matchup.
Not a sexy matchup.
I agree.
Although, like, San Francisco looks like they just gonna run through everybody, don't it?
They don't even have to start or play CMC for like
right.
As long as they
have
to.
Unlike most teams in the NFL, they have found the luxury of being able to sit their star player till he's 100%.
Yeah, must be nice.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. 1 o'clock, Leroy. If any Dolphin fans want to do some scouting, the Seattle Seahawks 1-0 visit the New England Patriots, and the Seahawks are 3.5-point road favorites. Take your fancy?
I'll give it a little looky-loo for this reason.
My fancy is tickled.
And this is the only reason. We got, like, New England won last week.
Yep.
And we thought they were going to be a dumpster fire.
Yep.
So now I got to give a little looky-loo to see if it was real or that was just a one-off.
Yo, they could mess around and be 2-0.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm curious.
All right. At 1 o'clock.
All the games at 1?
It's a big 1 o'clock slate.
Yeah, you know what I noticed this year, at least the first 2 weeks? A lot of games at 1 and like 3 games in the 4 o'clock because they want that one main game.
All of the West Coast games have to be at 4.
Right, but they want that one main game. The main game is the Chiefs Bengals game this week.
Oh.
1 o'clock. Oh, you don't let me get this one out.
Go.
The New York Giants.
No.
Okay. Fancy, not tickled.
No, I
take on the Commanders.
I feel bad for even I want to see Daniels play, right? I feel bad for
Daniel Jones.
Because he just like
he got $40 million.
But he's been terrible. He's terrible.
He is terrible. 1 o'clock. The LA Chargers visit the Carolina Panthers.
Fancy, not tickled.
5-point road favorites, LA.
That's it? 5 points?
Mm-hmm.
After what happened to Carolina last week?
Yeah.
All right.
So you got to give the home team 3 points.
So they saying they only going to win by 2.5 points?
No. You got to give the team 3 points. So what they're saying, if it wasn't
if it was in LA,
side,
it'd be
would have been 8.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The other way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Leroy at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Browns visit the 0-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags 3-point favorites in their building.
So it's a push. It's a right? No 3-point favorite. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It would have been in neutral side.
Neutral side.
Yeah.
I'm interested a little
My
bit
fancy
because
is tickled.
I have been one of the people that have been very supportive of Deshaun Watson. Right? Give him time. And now time is up. Like
Bill is due.
I don't know how else to say it. Like that last week's performance throwing these 2-yard passes. I'm like, we could have got the average quarterback to do that.
Interesting that they first 2 games that Jacksonville played, Trevor Lawrence had to face high-paid quarterbacks.
Yep.
He nearly had to face $250 million quarterbacks. And he hasn't come through.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Nope.
Just saying.
1 o'clock, Leroy. The Las Vegas Raiders, 0-1, take on the 0-1 Baltimore Ravens, who are 9-point favorites.
It's going to be ugly.
Oh, you think it's ugly?
How ugly?
Very ugly. I just think with what the Ravens do and how they do it and the Raiders' inability to score, going to get ugly quick.
At 4:05 on Fox, the LA Rams, 0-1, lost in overtime, visit the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals, 1-point favorites at home. Take your fancy?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's what Puka Nacua.
No Puka
does?
Nacua.
But they still got White Lightning.
They do have intangibles wonder. Yep.
Yeah, but White Lightning's coming back from an injury, so it's not. He's
All
not
right,
White Lightning.
I'm not interested one bit.
Fancy not tickled.
425. The Pittsburgh Steelers visit the Broncos. Pittsburgh's a 2.5-point road favorite.
That's it.
This game would have been a little bit more interesting
If
Mr. Unlimited was
if
playing.
well, think about this.
Mike Tomlin's got no time for revenge games.
Right.
Waste of his time.
Ain't nobody got no time for that.
He would tell him that I got time for no revenge game, man.
Because
This is a team.
Get out of here, Russ. I got a 9-7 game to win over the Broncos. If you don't mind. Okay.
That's crazy.
We're gonna go beat them.
You know what? I'm a little interested. My fancy would be tickled because I only got three. I only got 3 4 o'clock games. Right. I'm gonna watch a 4 o'clock game.
This is the one you're gonna watch though.
With
the next one.
Okay, go.
At 425, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals go to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 6-point favorites at home.
Only 6 points?
Yep.
Wait.
I think this is gonna be a bloodbath.
Really?
Yeah.
Leroy.
What?
Interesting.
If there's one thing I can say about Cincinnati, they know how to limit that Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes.
I understand that.
Chiefs are coming off a long rest.
But I'm looking at it from this standpoint.
You looking at the Cincinnati?
No
offense.
protection for Joe Burrow and Chris Jones. And say what you want, the last year and change, that defense has been good.
Is T. Higgins playing?
I don't know.
I will look right now on the injury report.
Because I know they're going to put McDuffie on Jamar Chase, and it didn't look like Jamar Chase was doing anything last week after sitting in.
Cincinnati, he is questionable with a hammy, was not in.
Wait. Hammy.
Was not in uniform in Friday's practice.
So he's not playing. He had to practice all week, so he's not practicing.
No, it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout.
And then people
Because listen, the one thing that Cincinnati hasn't been able to do is protect Joe Burrow. Right? They didn't protect him last week with against New England.
They didn't protect him from that Gatorade bottle.
Now where to go? So now you telling me they're gonna do a better job against Kansas City? No. Nope. Blow out.
But your fancy is tickled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I hate rooting like this because I'm a believer in a team sport that is football. And when we take it and we say, oh, they got Joe Burrow, they're going to win, I root against them teams.
Really?
You know why? Because it's a team sport. Right? And
So
you
that's
got
why
to
you hate the Jets fans.
You got to protect Joe Burrow. Yeah, that's part of, but that's part of it, Vlad. Right? Aaron Rodgers, don't tell me relax. Your defense was garbage. The part of the equation that was supposed to keep you in it till you get caught up. You see what I mean? So yeah, I just get annoyed by people that say, "Oh, we just implant this guy." Now I have a different feeling about Cleveland. Here's why: they played with 5 quarterbacks and still made the playoffs. So if you tell me a decent quarterback or a competent quarterback can play, I feel different about them because they've shown me that they can win without a quarterback. Not these other teams, though. If you tell me Pittsburgh lose their quarterbacks, I'm going to say it don't matter. They can win as a team because they have won with terrible quarterback play.
Cool story, but here's a juicy quarterback matchup. Sunday Night Football.
That was good.
The number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams.
Do you No. Did you just hear when he just blew me off? Cool story. Cool story,
bro. Cool story, bro.
All right, Caleb Williams versus who?
CJ Stroud. Bears.
Ooh.
Texans. 6.5-point favorites. Prime time in their building.
Timeout. 6.5 points.
Yeah, that's a lot.
6.5 points.
That's not a lot. That's
TD.
One team went to the divisional round last year.
But that's last year, dude.
Okay.
And but I would say this.
Both want to know.
Both want to know, but one team
Bears won. You want to talk about team sport?
Bears won without nothing.
Woo.
No offense.
Punt
Okay.
returns, block field goals.
Did you see Joe Mixon last week?
Yeah.
140.
Yeah.
You saw Stephon Diggs last week?
Oh.
2 tubs. Yeah. It's going to be a blowout.
Fade tickle though?
Yeah, of course.
All right, there we go.
It's Sunday night.
Finally, Monday Night Football. Atlanta
My
Falcons.
fancy is tickled.
The Atlanta Falcons visit the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, 6.5-point favorites at home. Bad showing by the Falcons in week 1.
Yeah, they look bad.
You're not picking the Falcons.
No.
They lost to the Steelers 18-10.
Ladies and gentlemen, death taxes, Teron Armstead's going to miss 4 games, and Kirk Cousins
Is gonna lose night games.
prime time.
Yeah, I'll watch it. You know, you got to watch Monday Night
I wish Tua was healthy because all I wanted to do today was talk about him being stinky on primetime games. Instead, now I got to be worried about him.
That's the bad thing about this loss yesterday, right? Because you really wanted just to talk about the effort of the team.
Yeah. How they
And-
embarrassed themselves.
Right. But then it's like you can't even talk. Talking about that is not even the right thing to do because
The most important thing is to his health.
right. You
Yeah.
want that young man to be
Yes.
able to be healthy and then just have his wits and everything about it. And then
You would
we
just
look
like
him on.
you would like
Look on
one
him.
of the preseason concerns to not blow up in their face with your division rival just spanking you again.
You see what Jamar Chase just said?
Now what do you say?
We are the team to beat in the AFC.
Ooh. Well,
You just lost to New England, dude.
I would take it easy.
And you're about to play the 2-time defending champs.
Yep.
Take a break. Back after this. I need the Panthers back. I need the Heat back. I need
Next Wednesday.
I need my blankie.
Wait, what are you? That's your blinky Linus?
That's what I need.
I would say it's the Heat more than the Panthers.
I need Pella Larson.
Because you were definitely rats off a ship for a period of time with the Panthers.
I wasn't rats off a ship.
No,
he was never rats off a ship.
You had questions.
No, dude, there was a time when I wasn't rats off a ship though.
Like at no point did I panic.
You've had 2 years of non-panic.
Never panic. You're always like, eh.
No.
You started off today. I wanted to scream and jump through a window because you said it's week 2.
It's week 2.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
I know, but that's why your heart's gonna bust out of your chest without even for no reason. They say I'm the one that gets mad.
Let me get a Tobin upset. Leroy, you think Ryan Fitzpatrick gave a call to Steve?
Oh my God! By the way, your camera's facing why is mine going crazy? What the hell is that?
My camera's facing Hard Rock.
Did your camera switch?
Even my camera's like, what the hell happened last night?
It's like headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Choose from 300 new Volkswagen models in stock, like the Tiguan, the Taos, and the Atlas. Remember, when it comes to Volkswagen, the great deals are at Doral Volkswagen. Miami Dolphins blown out by the Bills yesterday, 31-10. Tua Tagovailoa suffering a concussion in a game that he was not playing well, but also just a team just terrible. 145 yards to a 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Devon Achane, I mean, he was kind of like the one bright spot for the Dolphins. He's good. Why he was in the game? I mean, they should have just had where was that FAU receiver to run it out on Devon? They didn't want him getting hurt. 22 carries, 96 yards, and then the 7 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown.
30 touches, huh?
Yep. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 41 yards. Tyreek Hill, 3 catches, 24 yards.
Told you. They better find ways to more creative. I would definitely start lining up Tyreek and Waddle on the same side periodically. But here's the problem. You need somebody on the other side that can be a threat. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know.
If you don't do it that way, then they'll just put a linebacker out there and put all the DBs on the other side.
Oof.
It always seems to be that a wide receiver number 3, getting the right one for this team is so important.
Well, they had plenty. They just all got hurt, which we didn't think was a big deal until now.
Yep.
And that's, that's
I just would have liked some competent football yesterday.
I mean,
just a moment, Leroy. Just a moment. And you know what? I had it.
One good drive.
They had no. Here's what happened. It was like yesterday, Dolphins. All right, you had the interception off of old DeBose.
I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah. So they go and score the touchdown. You're like, great. But then, great drive. Dolphins answer. I'm like, onions. And then finally get a nice stop.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, hey, all you need, this is it right here, boys. Swing the game in momentum. But no, another pick. Come on. And just like, I don't know, man. Did that cool shovel pass thing. I love that.
Yeah.
That was the play.
With the right.
That was the play I saw in camp when Tua and I locked eyes. Except it was to Mostert. And this Josh Allen. I mean, Jesus.
He did nothing.
Except for that one awesome play that he did.
He's always going to give you that.
Oh, my God. And Jalen Phillips did not beat science yesterday. that right tackle was science. He mushed him right into the ground on that play. And Josh Allen's like, whee! Flings it down there right to the goal line. Like, oh.
And the better cook now.
Just a punch right in the onions.
When did James Cook become this good of a running back?
He's passing Dalvin.
Oh, he's past Dalvin.
Dalvin's on a practice squad.
He is? Where? Dallas?
Minnesota.
Really?
Oh, is he?
Back in Minnesota?
I think so.
No, I thought he was in Dallas.
I thought he was in Dallas.
All right, it could be Dallas.
Could be Dallas. Cowboys, Vikings.
That would have been messed up if he went back to his former team and then they just put him in a practice squad. It's like, don't you respect my my legacy? But yeah, last night was tough, man. Last night was tough.
Locker room was a funeral.
Not a funeral because they got to see him and they were able to talk to him. I think it was just like I said before, it was the combination of like, damn, we've lost 11 out of 12 to this team. You know what I'm saying? Like we've lost 11 out of 12. I could have asked Calais this because Calais just got to the team, but Devon A-Chain, the guys that were there last season, and then remember the last 4 games, the 4 games that the Dolphins have played in 2024, 2 of them have been against the Bills at home.
Yep.
And these 2 losses have been terrible. You lost the AFC East in that last game of the season last year to Buffalo, and then you lost, and then Tua gets hurt.
Yeah, it's a wild thing, man. Like this team just kills them, and Leroy's explaining it like that front 4 just gets after it. And Sean McDermott's like, he has like Coles workers as like his secondary. It doesn't matter. Like what
if you can get pressure with 4 guys and cover with 7, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The Dolphins were able to run the football, which should have taken some of that pressure and brought some of them safeties down. But you were so far behind, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and you just kept giving them the damn football.
Right.
Just tough.
So when games like this, it's hard to really tell if the game plan was right or you just made a lot of mistakes.
Look at him. You see his hat? I mean,
Oh,
Calais is too tall. Otherwise,
I didn't realize how big of a man he is.
I see one eyeball looking up.
You see the eyeball on the Yankee cap. That's it. And trust me, I had to look. That's what I was doing.
Great voice. Love that guy.
That guy got Cookie Monster voice.
Yeah.
I'm about to say something very weird, but I got to give the man credit. Great feet. He has nice feet for an athlete.
Really?
Yes. I was shocked because I looked up. I was like, you can't be that tall. I'm like, you got to be wearing shoes. He was flat-footed. That's how big the man is.
Jeez.
And I'm like, oh, nice feet. Usually, athletes' feet are terrible.
Oh yeah, I know.
Leroy had a phobia about his feet.
I don't know.
I wasn't able to see his feet for like 3 years into the relationship. I was like, oh, look, your toes. I think it was a post-pandemic thing. Then all of a sudden you let the dogs out.
No, we were in Vegas at the pool. I couldn't wear my socks to the pool.
Sitting here wearing flip-flops.
And it was 4,000 degrees.
4,000.
Dude, I've never been so hot in my life, especially with the sun banging off the side of the what is that?
Luxor.
The Luxor.
Yeah.
Desert heat is better than humid heat.
No, it's not. It's still hot. But put it this way, their pool, they keep their pool at 80. So it feels like an ice tub.
Here's a little Mike McDaniel. This was him earlier today speaking to the media via Zoom on where the team's at, to his attitude on this whole thing.
He was highly communicative in the locker room with the trainers and the doctors, so that I think relative to some other times, I guess you could black and white assess that, and there's just so much the people that matter the most are Tua, and their opinions are Tua and the doctors, the experts, and both of those people have, I called him about an hour ago. He's still asleep, so I haven't talked to him yet, and they should be meeting here shortly for the first after action time spent with the experts.
There you go. Mike McDaniel on where things are. They got a few days away probably, right? Like nobody's going to be at the facility.
Only the injured.
Only the injured.
So he might come in, he might come in for a few minutes just so they update, see where he is. Guys might go in and get a little workout in. A lot of guys probably flew out of town today, take some time off, right? Terrible, starting the season off 2 games in 4 days is brutal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Take a break. Back after this. Oh, looky Lou. Oh, Jennifer.
Queen Jennifer has arrived.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
It's a great entrance, guys. Thank you.
Wow.
It is dead man walking in this building.
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Oh, there's nobody here?
I mean, it's Friday.
Not really.
Nobody.
Ooh, how come she has a blue light? That's cool.
Gabby, that's it, huh?
Over.
You can change some of the.
I think you can change it there. Yeah. She had it ready yesterday.
Ooh, I didn't know it did this.
We can't tell though.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It just looks cool for me.
That's why she has a darker studio. You see?
Right.
I don't. Is she on camera ever?
I don't know.
Sometimes in the corner.
Hey, I scared the crap out of her one time.
Hey, if you guys want to go, we got a cool event coming up on September 25th. It's Whiskey Stars and Cigars. It is presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall. Enjoying a fine whiskey, a good cigar, and Dolphins, Canes, Heat, and Panthers conversation with the WQM on-air staff. It's free to attend, but you need to RSVP at WQM.com, which will get you an invite and a complimentary cigar. Must be over 21. Drink responsibly, and you guys can talk sports with us at Whiskey Stars and Cigars. Don't hit anybody with a hey. At that time, it'll be week. Don't say hey. It's only week 3 to people.
Okay.
Or week 4, whatever it is at that time.
Look at
Again,
this. The mixed calls from the.
That's all robots.
Yeah.
Wow. Wednesday, September 25th at Smoke on the Water in Weston,
Are we
presented by
going?
Edmore Sawgrass Automall. I'm going. Official partner, the main man, and sponsored by the injury law firm of Cohen and Judah, where a partner handles every single case. Call 866-FAIR-FEE. Although I'm not a cigar smoker, but I'm a whiskey drinker.
I'm not a cigar smoker either, so we'll be in the non.
Yeah, so we'll all be just drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father used to smoke the holy hell out of cigars at my Little League games. Drove me nuts.
Why do you make it sound like your dad was the dad from Talladega Nights?
Everybody's like in the dugout. What is that? I'm like, oh, my father.
In the dugout?
Well, because the dugouts, they had like the cage. They're not like a real dugout. It's like a cage right through. There he was, just smoking a stogie right there.
What is it? If you're second, you're last.
If you're not first, you're last.
You ain't first, you're last.
Field mouse is fast. The owl season night.
I'm like, yeah, man. So that's your dad was
love cigars.
That guy is the lead guy in CSI, right? NCIS right now.
Yes, Gary Cole.
Yeah. Every time I see him, I can't take him serious.
That's the funny thing. He does serious roles, but you always remember that that him being the father of Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great role.
But he kind of acts like that too. Like he's always the odd one.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man.
So okay.
I just feel gross. I feel like I went through something last night.
Yeah,
you did,
right?
You went, but here's
how are you feeling, Jennifer? How did you experience everything?
I had to make myself tea after the game.
Tea?
I made myself tea and I went to bed.
Yeah,
it was very heartbreaking, and I just wanted to come here today and just hear you guys talk about accepting a loss.
Yeah,
of game 2, but no, we're talking about much more, and it's much more worse than that. So
it's brutal.
I was in my jacuzzi,
very brutal.
Had my cooler. The mosquitoes were watching with me. They wasn't biting me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know what we should do?
At halftime, I was like, yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should yell at whose fault this is. That's what we should do.
Frog Boy.
I agree.
It's Frog Boy's fault. Hold on, let's see.
Who's calling? Oh.
Hey.
What's up, dog?
You're on the air.
Oh, nice.
I want to let you know. You ruined Tua. I hope you feel good about it. You just wanted him to go out there and run. You just had to see it, huh? You just had to have him be mobile. I hope you feel good about yourself, Frog Boy.
That's all right. I'll take all the blame, baby. I'll take all the blame. Right?
You.
Oh, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu couldn't teach him how to not.
You only go backwards. You don't do it forwards, Frog Boy. That's not how jiu-jitsu works.
I'm coming for you guys. Monday, I'm in villain mode. He robbed us of money. He knew this was gonna happen.
You're a bastard. Get out of here. Bum.
Delete his number.
Wait, did he rob his money? How many yards?
Crop him out.
How many yards?
No, he had.
Oh, he hit the over.
He hit the over. He had like 2 first downs running.
Yeah.
Marcos is out here putting up Tannehill pictures on Instagram. Blah. Everybody's already like, that's the other thing is everybody's already ready to sneakily like what is the good bat? What is the best bad idea we can have to bring in a quarterback?
That's also going to bother you.
Wait, what about so who wanted to trade for Russell Wilson?
Oh, I just saw him on TV. I was just like, ugh.
No!
No. Do you think though that Stephen Ross is called Tom Brady?
No. You can't call Tom Brady. He's the owner of the Raiders.
You think Stephen Ross is, hey, you know what's better than being owner of the Raiders?
I'm not gonna lie to you. When you see it, there's nothing worse than listen, it's saddening.
You don't think it went through you don't think he brought
of course.
You don't think the words Tom Brady came up to Garfinkel last night?
Tobin,
No,
I saw the
absolutely
man.
not.
I saw the man walk after the game.
He cannot play football right now.
He was walking with Dan Marino
He's
and all the brains and power of the Dolphins. He looked like he was shell shocked. He looked disheveled. And yes, I think every possible idea came across his head.
Ridiculous. Although Tom Brady does sound miserable broadcasting, I'm not gonna lie. He seems like he hates it. I don't know if that's just nerves. I don't know if that's just being new.
It's like I try to explain to people this. Just because you play football or baseball or whatever well, doesn't mean you have the personality to be in front of a camera.
Right, definitely.
And you can't hold that against him because he's not. Oh, he was a great football player, so he should be able to do that.
I definitely can hold it
Everybody
against
doesn't.
him. I definitely can hold it against him. Watch me.
Why?
Because he's been good at everything else.
Okay,
He's been good at everything
so
else.
if he's not good at this, so what? Like
Ruining my
you
Sundays.
know who used to do? You know who used to do it? LT.
Did he?
Yes.
Who's the greatest football player of all
And you
time?
know why he stopped?
Why?
Because he couldn't do it. He didn't know nobody's number. He go, number 56. He got it. We like, yo, T.
Tell you what he was great in though. Any given Sunday.
Any given
Great.
Sunday.
He was
What
great.
What a stupid movie.
He's right by that.
It's not a stupid movie.
Why
Don't
is it
say that.
stupid?
It's a great movie.
No, it's not.
It's a great movie.
No, it's not.
You're crazy.
Did you not get cast for it? Were you trying to get cast and they didn't cast
No.
you?
They were filming during football season.
Oh, okay. You can see LT.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think
Pepper Pines.
Tom Brady goes? Do you think he just sends Stephen Ross last night?
A text?
No, just sends him an
You
emoji.
think Stephen Ross knows
That
about
would be
emojis?
very insensitive.
You think he pinged them?
Some of the old love emojis.
No,
Pat Riley's an emoji guy.
No, they don't even know what the
No, you
emojis
didn't.
mean. Come
Swear
on,
to God.
Toby. Toby, they don't know what the emojis mean.
I feel like Ron Rothstein's texted me.
I hate when I accidentally text and I push fat fingers and all the emojis show up and I can't get them to go away.
I don't know the last time I texted with Coach Rothstein, but I feel like he's texted me emojis before.
No, he has not.
I feel like he has.
Are you kidding me?
I feel like he has.
Might have texted you the middle finger.
He probably knows one. He's probably like, hey, hon, where's those emoji things? Let me see something.
What's a laughing emoji?
Nope, he didn't. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you see? Yeah, there you go.
Not at least the one I had.
Plus, I might accidentally send the wrong emoji.
He sent me. He did do the thumbs up because he asked me if I was going to be at the game, and I said I'll be at tomorrow's game, and he goes, "Bing." Does that count?
No. Okay. You might send the
I think
wrong
he's
emoji.
texting me emojis.
He gave you a thumbs up?
He gave me a thumbs up after asking me if I was going to be at the game, and I said
Now,
yes. And then he
you know
thumbs
what?
up to my thing.
I do the black thumbs up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you didn't use emojis.
Huh?
I
But I
thought you
only
said you didn't.
reply when somebody replies to me with one,
Mhm.
then I reply to them with one.
Interesting.
Did they ever reply?
I'm
with
gonna
you
try
with
that
food?
out.
You've
With
reached.
food,
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no. Leroy, I hope you didn't make a mistake and send something that you're not supposed to.
Can I tell you something about?
You didn't send a purple thing, did you?
No.
You ever wonder, like, you ever texted intangibles and they think their thumb is not quite intangibles enough?
What the hell are you talking about?
If they're trying to claim a thumb, that's not their thumb.
Wait, an intangible claiming a thumb. instead of a
It's
white
like,
thumb,
so now you
a
now
tan-
you got to reply. You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
Just go. I'm like,
Toby,
I'm like, I just
Oh, you just lost Vlad. He's gone.
just keep it Simpsons, dude. Just go with the yellow, all right? If
The
you're not sure.
The standard. You are a standard emoji, buddy.
Keep
I'd
it
be like,
safe.
look at that, be like, that's what you're going with, huh? You're from Connecticut.
Right.
Why's it tanned?
Now I want to know who's sending this to you.
Tanned emojis. Yeah. What are you, Latino?
It's exactly what I thought. I was like, all right. I mean, like, sure, but what? I mean, I know for me, I'd go like, I go Simpsons, but if I had to, I'd just go the most intangibles.
Oh no, it's very listen, you ain't gotta worry about it. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Take a break. Back after this. All right. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Scared me. Didn't even realize I had it on.
You never realize you have it on.
That's fair. Let's get to the mixed bag here.
Now I know why you were so aggressive.
Because of the Celsius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was drinking Celsius and coffee all morning.
You know, Vlad, Hobnobs.
Oh.
Went down to our suite, the company suite. Spoke to the Celsius people.
Oh.
They got cherry cola out.
They said there are some new flavors that are coming out.
Yeah.
Because I asked them, I asked them because I was like, all right, what's up with the flavors? Because why are there certain stores that have certain flavors and they don't? They said they have deals, contracts with certain stores, so you may only see a certain flavor at a 7-Eleven. Because I told them the Publix don't really have that many flavors.
No, 7-Eleven has the big deals.
7-Eleven has the big deals. But yes, they said shout out to you guys for obviously during the Panther season always promoting.
Give us some new flavors. We'll bring it to media.
I also said the same thing. I was like, we kind of still have a collection, but it's of old stuff. We would like some new stuff. But yes, the Celsius people are very happy, and we should be seeing some new flavors coming soon.
All right. Hobnobbing Vlad. He was also in the locker room. Vlad, what do you have last night from the locker room?
I have Mr. Jalen Phillips talking about why they love Tua so much and how he's such an important member of the locker room and organization.
I love Tua. We all love Tua. I hope you guys have seen how amazing of a guy he is too. So, I don't think anybody's. Tua's a great guy. So, I don't know how to answer that, honestly.
Man, what was he getting answered? What was he just answering?
He was answering because they were asking, Tua's such a great person. Like, how do you talk to him and tell him?
Yeah.
How do you talk to that player and
like about his career?
About his career.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question to ask the guy.
And it was kind of hard because they were trying to, Jalen also had a history of concussions as well.
Yep.
So they were trying to, correlate both of them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame anybody, but that's like one of those things where he's just feeling for his guy right now. And look, everybody has talked about what he means to that team as a leader, and you already were getting drubbed, but then to also see your leader go down like that in that fashion is not only scary, but it's heartbreaking. So, hey, just hope it recovers as fully as possible.
Is there anything like the NFL that in 1 week, 6 days, you could go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows? Now this was 4 days, but
yep,
it's just crazy.
But that's why one of the reasons why I try to stay relatively reasonable in these situations, because you can't be being a fan with Tobin is excruciating at times.
I don't appreciate that.
It is.
What do you mean it's excruciating at times?
Because you're ups and downs.
Well, you want to know something? Sometimes it's excruciating being with you. Just even keel all the time.
Wait. Now, why do people think I'm the one that's always mad?
Well, usually because you're getting mad at me.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, this. Excuse me. I could understand if this was the last game, right?
Yep.
There's not a lot I could say to you about the Bills game last year.
Yeah.
But it's the second game.
I'm
having a hard time to go get all flustered and frustrated when you still can take care of task at hand and you can still accomplish all your goals.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Sure. Why not?
You're not more worried after watching some of this stuff yesterday?
But here's the problem. Some of the problems that we thought could be an issue that we shooed away about are a problem.
Well, listen, the coach and the GM, they're having a good laugh over it. You know, they're laughing about it.
Don't worry.
Laughing.
Stephen Ross got something for that.
You told me you were laughing, Chris Grier. Oh, you have concerns? Drafted a project left tackle. Didn't even play him yesterday in his emergency spot. Where was the Giant? Maybe he would have protected Tua.
Where's our guy?
Mr. Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
He didn't even play?
No.
He wasn't active?
I think he was active, but they didn't put him out there. They put Kendall Lamb out there.
You didn't want Gregory Rousseau coming after him.
Why not?
I mean, couldn't have been no worse.
That's true.
What are you talking about, Vlad? You're making it sound like, oh my goodness. If we put the young fella in, there's going to be pressure on the quarterback.
If the veteran backups weren't doing too well, what do you think the rookie's going to do?
He's a Giant.
There's a lot of Giants.
No, not like him, dude. He turns people into memes.
Well, I mean, listen, if they put Vaughn on him and he do a little shimmy and
yeah, I don't want him to get crossed
And by the
up.
way, Vaughn was getting to the quarterback like the fastest.
he went, there was a
2.1
time
seconds.
where he did an arm move and he was so quick the arm move was not needed.
Isn't Von Miller exhausted? Just get out of here.
No, you know why you don't
Tired terrorizing
Can I tell
quarterbacks?
You know what? You know when you don't ever get tired? When you're winning.
Well, and also, mind you, the man had no sacks last year, and he was getting paid a ridiculous
He
amount
got
of money.
hurt though.
Nah,
He was out for the year.
no, he wasn't out for the year.
No,
He just
last
stunk.
year was his recovery year.
He just
Oh, yeah. But I told you about that.
Mhm.
I told you
he
about
just stunk last season. That's all.
that. No, he wasn't quite healthy.
Bro, you can get at least a sack, a half a sack. You're getting paid a lot of money. Get at least half a sack and some tackles.
That's kind of how I feel with Jalen Ramsey right now.
Yeah,
Jalen
okay.
Ramsey.
Hey,
That's another thing.
Jalen Ramsey bouncing off a lot. I was like, Jalen, I'm sorry, dude. What happened there when you had the guy completely in your arms? Like,
So can we say that in the first two games, Jalen Ramsey's either been torched or,
fat cat.
you know,
Little
like
fat cat.
I'm just saying, little fat cat
Listen.
syndrome.
it is what it is. Like, that's crazy. I'm just telling you.
I've seen this before. I'm letting you know. I saw this with Darrell Reeves.
Yeah, but Darrell Reeves was built differently.
I'm just saying. I've seen this before with great cornerbacks. They're still good. But there are just times when, you know, a little speed, they go against somebody with speed and
little
size,
extra juice.
a little extra juice, and then all of a sudden he's just like, hey, why is number 5 or why is 24 getting beat? Marquise Goodwin did that to Darrell Reeves. And
Well, yeah, I mean, you picked a guy who's really, really fast.
but what about that rookie on Sunday for Jacksonville who caught the 2 touchdowns?
Oh, Thomas?
Yeah, he was getting by number 5. See, that's the thing about the injury.
So can I ask you this? I understand 100% what you're thinking about Jalen Ramsey and what he said about Von Miller and stuff like this about these older guys, right? Why can't I feel that way about Aaron Rodgers?
He just has to throw the ball.
Because that's his good.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That's all he has
Because
to do.
but is that not the same stuff
No,
I was
you're
saying
right.
to you
No,
about Aaron Rodgers?
I'm not knocking you on that.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, but what
Okay.
I'm saying is what they got to do is a totally little bit different than what he has to do.
What about veteran savvy?
What veterans for who? For Jalen?
Yeah.
He is work. That's why he's good. He is using his veteran savvy, but you have to admit the speed is not there. When you get injured like that, he's been injured. You're gonna get beat.
Okay.
And he's been
Yeah.
beat.
Or when somebody just run by him. You better learn how to jam.
Yeah, he doesn't jam much.
He doesn't jam. He think he could just turn and run with you.
You think you like have a moment where you threw something at your TV last night?
No, it was too far away. I was in a jacuzzi.
Oh, okay.
I was in a jacuzzi, but I
It would have been dangerous for you.
By the way, that sounds like good life there, Leroy. No, I couldn't do it. It's too far away. Jeez, that's a
No,
good
the
life.
TV. I had the speaker. I got the big speaker, and I have the TV, right? And then I'm sitting in my jacuzzi with the jets, and I got my little cooler with the drinks. And I get in, and then when I get too hot, I just get in the pool, then get out. Like once I got to halftime, I was like, you know what? I might as well just go in and take a shower and then catch some more game while I'm in bed. And then I caught like the third quarter, and then I saw that pick six. And then I was like, well,
I was really hoping, like, oh, that's gonna die before the cell.
I thought he was trying to throw it out of bounds.
No, I know he was trying. I thought it wasn't even gonna get to out of bounds, but I was hoping somebody wasn't fast enough to get there. And it was right there. It just wouldn't go down.
Because if somebody was fast enough to get there, it was gonna be a touchdown.
It was like, oh, I'm like, no. It kind of reminded me like when I watched Barry Bonds hit a broken bat home run one time.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
wasn't that in Mullins down here?
Sure was off Josh Beckett. I was there, and
so they had to dodge the ball and the bat.
I was like, oh.
And that's when everybody went like this. Broken bat home run.
Relax. Last night was not the worst game you've seen from the Dolphins.
No.
No, that Baltimore beatdown was pretty bad last year.
At least, but Tua walked off the field.
But it's just one game. It's one game. One game. I get all of your concerns, right? But it is too much time left to go in the season for y'all to be acting like this December.
How do you get 12 men on the field? You got to call a timeout at a halftime.
That was the other thing. They were wasting time out.
How do you do that?
They were just out of order yesterday.
Penalties.
On defense, they had 12 guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody came in with the wrong signal.
No, V-Man is right. It is funny. It's crazy how everything snowballed last night. It was
a nightmare.
A bad game. It was a bad game for everybody.
It's like, okay,
everybody pitched in.
Leroy, it's like, all right, it can't get any worse.
Except A-Chan.
And it got worse. It's like, as much as you're like, all right, that's it, right? It can't get any bad. It got more bad.
Yep. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse.
Just when you thought, yeah.
Watch.
However, people were trying to call out to work today. You really had no reason to, because you were gone pretty early. Midway through the third quarter, people were gone.
I did notice the traffic was easy getting here today.
Hey, I'm reading something. Somebody feels your sentiments. Leroy, I love you, man. But enough with it. It's one game. For all that is holy.
Last night was unholy.
Listen.
Just let me lick my wounds for a day.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't be upset. I'm not saying you can't be mad. Okay, I'm not. It was a piss poor performance, right? It was terrible. All the things that you had questions about came to a head in about an hour's worth of football, right? So, but I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is that if you feel this way right now after week 2, like, holy smokes. And I knew something was up. I knew something was going to be up. After I yelled at you all day about the damn weather, game time, I could see the stars. I was like,
I wish a monsoon would have just wiped it away.
I'm sorry.
Can I read it? Is
this for me?
Is that who's this for?
No, you said no.
Is it a piss poor performance?
But I'm like, wait a minute.
Is there a piss rich?
Is there a picture? Like, is there a counter to that?
Just give yourself a point. I didn't care.
Point for Vlad.
Like, he just wanted to play that.
No,
I gave it to him.
No, because I don't. Think about it. You ever hear like it's a saying, and I'm like, well, with every saying, is there a counter to it? So it's
no, not really.
So if there's a piss poor performance, I'm like, well, is there a piss rich performance?
I think piss rich is what Stephen Ross did with all his extensions. Just pissed them all away.
Let me see. So
point for
What are they trying to tell me? Was it the offense or defense? Let me see. I'm trying to respond to these.
Oh yeah, the chat's flying heavy.
The chat's
today.
flying so fast I can't keep up with it.
Play call was awful. O-line was blue.
I see here. Oh, so who's at fault for last night? Coaching or offense?
Oh, everybody.
Here's what I would say. Everybody, yes. Here's where the line protection wasn't the greatest because Tua had to hold the ball a little bit longer. The guys that he had to depend on had numbers we had never seen before. evident by every time he threw a pick, 10 or 17 weren't on the field.
Yeah.
So understand there's a lot going into that. Like guys not being where they're supposed to be. Him throwing balls where he think guys that he can count on are supposed to be. Nobody's going to get thrown under the bus because they just got there. But come on. Y'all saw Tua throw some balls. You're like, what's going on?
No, I mean, the one that bounced off, and this is the thing, like, I don't want to, everyone's like, oh, you're making excuses for Tua. Like,
no, I'm not.
I was like, oh, that dude clearly wasn't supposed to be there.
Right.
Here,
let me say this. Nobody's making an excuse for anybody. It was a terrible performance. But I know for a fact, when they go watch film, they want clarity as to why.
For sure.
And so when they talk about it, here are the things they're going to talk about. Like, well, Tua had to get rid of the ball quickly. He had to get rid of it quickly and depend on guys that he wasn't sure where they were supposed to be. Now, one of the things that does is instead of throwing it where you normally throw it, he'll throw it where they are to try to help them out, and it just looks bad. And again, I would say this. Name a team that has two weapons like Tyreek and Waddle, and both of them or one of them are never on the field. That never happens on another team.
That was something. We gotta dive some more into that. But before that, let me just say, you need a little extra mustard to keep the ball in bounds.
Or get it out of bounds.
Yeah. You might want to try some Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Now you can chew it and do it. What's got y'all?
This comment?
To throw it out of bounds?
Mustard sometimes.
Inbounds?
Well, obviously, that same goes for the bedroom. You don't want to be shortcomings when it comes to your toss. So you guys can try some Blue Chew. And great thing about Blue Chew, no doctor's visits. You don't got to go to the pharmacy. Delivered right to your door in a discreet package. And
no concussion.
Got a special deal for our listeners. Hopefully not,
Not there anyway.
But if you guys want to try Blue Chew for free, all you got to do is use the promo code SHOWPONY. Use the promo code SHOWPONY at checkout. You pay just $5 for shipping, but you're getting your first month of Blue Chew for free. So go to BlueChew.com. Use the promo code SHOWPONY. That's Old Tobe's gift to you guys. Your first month of Blue Chew for free. That's at BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Let's get to headlines here, brought to us by Doral Hyundai. Choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory like the Tucson, the Sonata, the Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai.
Vlad is interviewing Calais again.
You could have interviewed anybody in the world, but you had to interview the tallest football player known to man.
And you understand, I have a certain spot that I always get. Right? And yeah, when you have to look up to this guy, you're like, he's a giant.
Yep.
Just imagine, Vlad, I would have to do that on the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
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 It's not like,
obviously there's a lot of fallout happening from the Tua concussion yesterday. This just got across as Antonio Pierce, who is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He was asked about it. Pretty blunt. You got this, Vlad? Here was Antonio Pierce minutes ago asked about Tua's future.
A broader question. I don't know if you watched the game last night, but saw Tua suffered another concussion. You have players, not every player is different, but when somebody has a history of concussions, do you handle that any differently as a head coach?
I'll be honest, I'll just tell him to retire. It's not worth it. It's not worth to play the game. I haven't witnessed anything like I've seen that's happened to him 3 times. Scary. You can see right away the players' faces on the field. You can see the sense of urgency from everybody to get Tua help. I just think at some point, he's going to live longer and he's going to play football. Take care of your family.
There you go. That was head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Antonio Pierce.
Like, I get it. And a lot of this comes from the concerns that they have for Tua. But again, there's been, I don't know how to explain it to get people to understand where I'm coming from, because I don't want it to come from a place of that's the way football used to be, right? Because it really isn't. People have been experiencing concussions. Hell, I've had a bunch of them, right? And they're all, to me, besides and I would say this, if he had not come back so quick and had those concussions back to back in the same year, we would be treating this totally different. You understand what I'm saying?
I guess, Claire. So you're saying if he would have never come back that year?
No. What I'm saying is that if they would have waited the first time, like, I don't know. See, here's what nobody knows, right? You're doing tests to determine somebody's health. And the tests you're using are, memory tests and stuff like that, because they say with a concussion, that's the first thing to go. We don't know, just because he passed those tests, if he was really healthy, meaning that a much lesser hit could put him back in the same situation. Right? Now, he played last year. He got hit last year. A whole lot. He took some precautions also.
Yeah.
And he was fine. And then this year, he tried to put his head down, and I don't know what that was. And he got another one. But I believe that this one is separate from the other ones, because I don't know if he was given the right amount of time to heal from the original one. You understand what I'm saying?
So do you think this one's connected or not?
Listen, over a period of time, a number of concussions, yes. But I'm saying that year, 2 years ago, I'm wondering if it wasn't like.
Well, don't forget, like the thing everybody with the one that, like, the scariest one that ever happened was the Cincinnati one.
Right.
And the big thing with that was we all think that he might have had one against Buffalo, but he cleared protocol.
Right.
Even though it looked very much like he had one.
Right.
They said it was a back injury.
Right.
Then he plays 4 days later and he has to get stretchered off the field.
Right. Because
So
he hadn't really recovered from.
Took basically a month off. That was how long he was out.
Yeah.
And then suffered it again on Christmas against Green Bay, but he finished that game. We didn't know. That was just a bump, and he kept playing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm saying, see the different levels of this, and so to definitively say when somebody heals or not.
Yeah,
I think that's the hardest part to do with this.
I know, but I think that the thing that is it is his choice, and Mike McDaniel's right about that. But I don't fault people for being concerned about it. I
appreciate people being concerned, and I'm not like Tua's a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
And if people show concern, that's fine. Okay. But I think when people start making these suggestions as far as what he should do, with you yourself not having the same information that he has or the medical staff has, I think it's careless. Right. And like, I get like you saying, oh, this is what I would do, or this is what you don't know what you would do. You really don't. Right, I'm telling you, everybody, we don't know what would we do if we were in that situation, because guess what? I was in that situation. I never thought twice
about not playing.
Yes, and I was getting hit a lot more than him.
Okay, but I would say his place is probably he does want to play.
Right,
I would guess.
But I'm just saying, for people to say,
the question is like, if it does happen, Leroy, like this viciously, yes, he got through a year that was clean, but if it does, like, are the odds that Tua is going to be able to get through another 7 years of his career without this happening again?
I would venture and say no.
Probably not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, no, probably not.
Yeah,
because it's football, and you're gonna get caught in some weird situations, and you're gonna get, like, for example, I remember getting one in, I want to say maybe Kansas City or something. Like, I didn't miss any time or nothing, but I was seeing stars, all because the ground was frozen.
Jeez.
That's it. Nobody hit me. I just fell and hit the hard ass ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't explain how these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can't explain the recovery time. I can't explain the long-term effects.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are times where I was like, maybe I got hit in the head too much. Like, but I don't know.
I know.
I'm also 56 years old.
And I think the thing that is good for Tua that gives him this choice, because a lot of guys don't have to. I mean, how many fighters you see, like I talk to, that have to keep fighting.
Evander Holyfield.
Because that's how they either had their money stolen or they don't have this. He has the blessing of, he is set up.
Yes.
He's good.
Yes.
So this is really a question of, does he want to continue to compete?
Yes.
And it's totally within his right. But I do understand people saying, like, hey, you can have the out if you want it. If it does come down to that. And yeah, he's got 2 babies at home. And it's a thing. Like, I'm not telling him how to do it. I'm not gonna be as blunt as Antonio Pierce, because I don't know.
I would say this. I didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
I wasn't married. Right. So but here's the other thing, is that this is all a moot point until he gets cleared by medical professionals to play. So until then, sitting here having conversations on what Tua should or shouldn't do doesn't matter, because he hasn't been cleared to play. That decision and these conversations should only be thought of when he's healthy to play. That's it.
I got distracted by the guy who drafted Josh Rosen on TV. Yeah. Well, there you have it, though. That was Antonio Pierce just minutes ago saying he thinks Tua should retire.
Yeah.
So.
I would, and keep.
You kind of had like a reaction to him saying.
I also.
You had a reaction to him saying, "I never seen anything like that," and you kind of scoffed at that.
Yeah, that's a lie. You've seen way worse stuff than that. If you play linebacker too, you've seen way worse. Come on. You've seen worse hits than that. You've seen guys like on a stretcher and getting, yes. If you play football, you've seen it once or twice a year. Don't know who it is or whatever. Absolutely. You've seen injuries like Joe Theismann, or like what's the quarterback for Kansas City and San Fran that they still show his leg in the
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
You've seen stuff like
that's part of this too, though. Like it is one of these things where we've always said with Tua, like he is a guy that garners opinions from people on everything, and he's a known player. And so, and I think a guy like you heard Josh Allen last night was like he's one of the best guys off the field. Like, I think that's part of it too. Like everybody just really they do want the guy to have a good life, and they are worried about that stuff.
But again, these are all conversations that you have with the medical staff, and then you make your own decision. Having a conversation with Tobin and Leroy or Antonio Pierce or whoever out here is suggesting stuff like that is a moot point because you don't have all the information that Tua is going to get as he goes through this process. And so that's why I'm not sitting here telling him what he should or what he shouldn't do. No, what I would say, here's what we do as Americans. We turn on the TV, see a situation, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent, and then turn around and tell our friends what they would do. And I would say, I don't know what I would do in that situation, right? When I played, it wasn't even a thought, right? I've never, the reasons why I quit playing football had nothing to do with the amount of concussions I had. It was because my legs didn't work. It was because my arms didn't work. My shoulders didn't work. Like I was banged up. So that's why I retired. Now, eventually, you have lasting effects of it. But to sit here and say, and stand on our soapbox and say what we would do, man, let me tell you, the amount of time and work that you put in this, that you dedicate to doing this, to finally getting there, right? It is a hard decision to make. Look at that. Tom Brady said it was hard to leave. You're almost 50, dude.
I'm telling you, he texted Stephen Ross last night.
Think of all the guys man.
That did happen.
That definitely happened.
And Fitzpatrick too.
Right. For me, the best thing I could have did was just not show up. Because I know if I would have made a phone call to somebody or went there and told them I retired, I know for a fact it wouldn't have taken much to get me to go back. So I just avoided everybody because I knew that was right for me. So, man, let's just first things first. Let the man get healthy before we start telling him what he could do with his life. Then let him talk to all the medical staff and the people associated with it that are going to give him an honest opinion. If you got to travel all over the world and not listen to these people here because you feel safer getting an opinion there, then that's what you do. And then after that, then we can pass judgment. But he ain't healthy, so it doesn't matter.
Take a break. Back with more of this. Hey, you guys want to meet Alexander Barkov and get a photo op with Barky and Dmitry Kulikov? Well, I'm going to give you a chance to win an opportunity right now. All you got to do, text the word cup to 20357. Text cup, C-U-P, to 20357. And that is a chance to win a photo op and autograph with Alexander Barkov and Dmitry Kulikov, the champs. They're going to be at Hollywood Collectibles, and this is courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. If you guys don't win, you can purchase your tickets at HollywoodCollectibles.com. Hollywood Collectibles is located on Sterling Road in Dania Beach. Love perusing a sports memorabilia store. So if you guys want to meet Barky, seeing how the Cats are celebrating, they're getting their last licks in because camp is right next week.
I would say.
When do they get their rings, dude? When do we get this Cats rings?
I'd say first, they probably get them right before the first game.
I want to see what those look like.
You know what's crazy is that a lot of them have probably already
been sized and all that.
No, you get before the season, right before the Super Bowl, you get sized.
I mean, everybody talks about the cup. It's still cool to get a ring. Yeah, it's still cool.
I wouldn't know.
Well, no,
I got 3 in college.
That's nice.
Yeah,
and you're on a building.
Yeah.
Is that on brick or iron? What do they put your name on in the
stadium?
Yeah,
it's a plaque.
A plaque.
Yeah,
there you go. Oh man,
that was cool. I couldn't go last year. They were going to fly me out there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I couldn't. Remember, I had my knee surgery.
Yes,
in December.
Yes,
I was like, oh, I would have waited.
And by the way, this is not a day to remember.
No,
but if you want to go see the band, A Day to Remember, they're going to be at Hard Rock Live in November. And JFig is giving away her tickets. So if you want to go see A Day to Remember right now, caller number, JFig?
6.
Caller 6 to 305-567-0560. Caller 6 to 305-567-0560. 0560. Caller 6 will get a pair of tickets to see A Day to Remember at Hard Rock Live. And that is it. That's our last pair for the week. So if you guys want to win, better call now. 305-567-0560. A Day to Remember. Jukebox says it's November to remember. Hopefully it'll be better than the September to remember. Right now, I don't want to remember any of this. Just want to go be sad. Weep.
Yesterday was a day to forget.
Oh, brutal. Brutal. This Josh Allen kicking our ass. Didn't even do anything. Didn't even break a sweat yesterday.
Wow. I was following up on your, on the thing of seafood.
Oh, okay.
Guess who's number 1? You know.
I don't know.
Alaska.
I was about to.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They produce the most seafood industry landings in the United States. Think about this in pounds. 4,818.
Well, they do have a lot of walrus to feed up there.
But that's for the people, dummy, not for the walruses.
I just talked about availability.
Guess who's number 2?
Miami,
Louisiana.
Oh,
912. So look at how far they are apart.
Crazy.
And that's in million pounds. So I'm guessing that's 4 billion. And third is Virginia at 344. So Louisiana, Alaska, way ahead. That's why Shreveport is so important. When you see the bowl game in Shreveport, or you see, like everybody's like, well, why does anybody care about Shreveport? I'm like, because most of your seafood comes through.
Interesting. There you go.
There you go.
How'd you guys get into that?
Because we were talking
about... we got this email about most high school players in the NFL and where they're from.
Right. And Louisiana has the second per capita with 1 every 80,000 people.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Georgia.
We got sent a list from Galen from the NFL about most players and where they're from, and Miami is number 1 with 17. Plantation is 12, and then we ended up going down the list of like per capita.
Right.
And then Leroy let me know Shreveport. A lot of seafood.
Don't sleep on Shreveport. Everybody knows what the hell is Shreveport. Well, because Shreveport was also listed as the top. Like it goes. Hold on. Come on, stupid mouse. It goes. Miami has 17. Las Vegas has 16. Bradenton has 15. It goes Atlanta, Detroit, Houston, St. Louis, and Plantation. It says states with the most players, and then it goes high schools, and one of the high schools was in Shreveport. So that's why I mentioned it. But
that's where we went to.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, play a little You're Dead to Me. Coming up next. Talking Halloween appropriately with this segment. You're dead to me.
Hey,
let's bury some people. Big camera, Leroy.
Yeah, talking about Halloween.
Yeah, my son's really into Halloween. And I was saying we were talking gas prices, and then I was like, man, you know what's like got crazy prices? Halloween decorations. Because I feel like Christmas decorations pretty reasonable. Christmas lights, maybe an ornament on the lawn. You may get like $100. That's like a crazy expensive Christmas thing that you're putting on your lawn. And these Halloween decorations, they're so built to spook people, JFig. Like a minimum one is like $200. I'm like, good God.
The ones that are in Home Depot that are very, very
Home
tall,
Depot,
very
Home
scary.
Depot or wherever. Crazy expensive. Anyway.
I feel like the costumes are way more expensive for the low quality you get.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Here's who's dead to me. I see this greedy pig sitting up in the booth next to the Amazon man, not Bezos, but the his lackey, whoever's under. And this Roger Goodell. I'm not making this the excuse as to why the Dolphins lost. Make no mistake, they might have gotten their ass kicked 10 days rest. It seems like they get any terms of the deal. The Dolphins get their ass kicked by the Bills. But this Thursday night football.
Week 1, Thursday night
Amazon
football.
Prime.
Thursday night football. Now 2 Tua concussions on Thursday night football. I didn't like Thursday night football. I don't like Thursday night football. One opener, that's enough. Most of these games suck. Somehow the Dolphins as the home team are the ones that got drubbed. 500-mile rule. Ridiculous.
That went 2 years ago.
Thursday night football and Amazon Prime and Roger Goodell's greed. Dead to me, dude.
You're dead to me.
Dead to me.
You're dead to me.
Leroy?
All right, so I'm on a similar path. But DirecTV.
Oh.
It's football season.
Still at it, huh?
Still at it.
Every time I see a commercial, I get mad for you.
No, I mean ESPN.
They got the product. We got to buy it from them.
I mean, I don't know what what the standoff is, how much they want from DirecTV, but it is.
I don't care how much they want. DirecTV is charging me accordingly. They tell you get all these sports packages when you can get ESPN and all the ESPNs and whatever. And if I can't get one of the things that you sold to me, you definitely shouldn't come to me and up your prices.
I genuinely don't know why anybody would have DirecTV anymore if only for
because here's why.
If not for ESPN.
AT&T, right? AT&T, I think bought DirecTV.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they kind of go hand in hand. So that's how I ended up with DirecTV.
Right. No, I
because
get
can
it.
stream DirecTV. I can't stream AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I ended up with it.
I don't.
I don't need the boxes. I don't need none of that.
But if it wasn't for me needing, like, we would have no need for any kind of live thing. My wife doesn't watch live TV.
You pay like a whole bunch of different bills to all of the, you know what I mean? I like the one bill.
You know what they do though?
What?
They always work.
I know, because you buy it from the actual people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm just scared. Like, I got all my saved stuff. Like, I got, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I got a guy.
I know you got a guy, but that don't do nothing for my all my saved programs and stuff that I like to watch.
This is your first Sunday again to sit down and watch football too, right? Because you were boots on the ground last week.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something. My football experience this year has sucked.
Yeah, it has.
I went 0-2 last weekend, and then yesterday.
Oof.
So I'm telling you what.
Hold on, wait, Leroy. It's week 2. It's week 2.
It's week 2.
I just said my last weekend of football sucked. That's a fact.
JFig.
That's a fact.
Week 2.
Point, JFig.
That's a fact.
Point for
and don't hit me with it. I wasn't acting like him. Oh, somebody say I'm the new mush. Don't put that voodoo on the Canes.
You know who I think is the new mush?
Who?
Marcos.
What a
he did Tailgate TV twice.
Yeah. Yep.
He decided to get slick on the chat.
Kyrie gets arrested.
That is true. That is true.
He's selfish and insensitive.
You guys see the picture I sent you?
Yeah.
About the fan? That was hilarious.
He's not. He's a guy.
That
who
was funny.
Jake Paul.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He actually he changed his sign to arrest Tyreek after the game.
Oh my goodness.
Ruined his parlay. JFig, who's dead to you?
Marcos, Frog Boy.
Yeah, Frog Boy. Ugh.
I think I already stated why.
I want you to be mobile. I want you to be mobile. I want him to move out of the pocket. Just a little
Be careful what you wish for, boy.
I want him a little mobile. Dead to me, dude.
He's getting
Vlad?
slick on the chat and on social media.
Yeah, he's very rude. I would say he's
Very
he's
insensitive.
rude.
Greedy.
Vlad, who's dead to you?
Herb Street.
Oh,
wow.
I watched the game after, when I got home. It's different when you're at the stadium because you can't hear
Yeah.
the announcers.
Mm-hmm.
But then, sure enough, when I got home, right in the third quarter, and then listening to the broadcast with him and Al Michaels, very down on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Very down. And it made no sense. Like, all right, they struggled. But like you said, Leroy, it's week 2. But there were just more important things to matter. And he's finding every little thing. Like him making a comment about Jalen and Tyreek laughing in the sideline. It happens. I tell you, sometimes you need to lighten up a situation.
I think sometimes people think just because you smiling that it means you don't care about what just happened. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to smile to stop from losing your damn mind.
You never know when you're going to be on camera on those situations. Like you could have gotten in a lighthearted moment. They could have been miserable the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And you just happened to catch him and somebody was snooping. Remember the time that Jimmy Butler got fined because he was air humping?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you.
It wasn't his fault.
This guy can't be a Dolphins fan, right?
Why? What'd he say?
XRP Plumbing. Can we get owners like Wayne Huizinga again? Please, someone that will spend the money and actually cares about the Dolphins and the team, players, and coaching staff.
He has to.
There is no man that has put more money into this organization.
Has to be trolling.
Yeah, it has to be.
Has to
right?
be trolling.
He can't believe that.
Stephen Ross just watched a bunch of money got lit on fire last night.
I would say he spent, just without even the guys that he gave guaranteed money to, he spent over $1 billion on that area. $1 billion out of his pocket that the city didn't give him. Nobody gave him nothing. He spent his own money.
I think he's cursed though.
I don't know, man. I think just sometimes.
Is he the mush?
I think sometimes people have good intentions and it just doesn't work.
You can't be a mush if you're a billionaire.
Are you sure?
You can't be a mush if you spend that money.
I don't think that's true.
Wait, you can't be a mush.
Some guys in that situation would just say fold up shop and go cheap.
I understand, but maybe he's just got that bad mojo.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He can't have bad mojo. When he come in on this helicopter, like ain't nothing about Stephen Ross say bad mojo.
I mean, except his football team.
I mean,
not having a playoff win the entire time that he's owned the team.
Okay. Yeah.
And getting busted tampering.
Yeah.
And then also having to give Tony Sperano a sorry contract. Just saying.
A sorry contract. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Tony.
It's $4 million.
Then
Come
Tony-
apologize to me.
Did he sing Justin Bieber at that time? Is it too
Yeah,
late?
I don't think it was out yet.
I know it was.
I'm not sure if it was out yet.
Was it? But it would have been great.
Rest in peace to the great Tony Sperano, of course,
Yeah.
who I believe also
Field goal fist pump. That's what we call it. The field goal fist pump.
Didn't he in his last game? I think he was yelling at the official, "You're gonna get me fired."
He was right.
He was right. He was right. Gave Joe Philbin an extension out of nowhere. Like, I really like that Vikings game, Joe. Thanks, Mr. Ross. You might be the mush. I don't know. He's trying.
He said Stephen Ross tampered for the team. There's no way he's a mush. Like, here, the thing that I'll say,
The mush is the mush. You don't.
And I've always said this about Stephen Ross. You will not have to worry about the resources for the team to get good.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions might be bad, but you ain't gonna never say he's cheap or not willing to spend money to make this team better. That's a good start.
That's not the question, though. Like, the mush is the mush. Like,
So-
the mush never
mush
knows.
Is the
it's
mush.
mush.
He said, "Come here. Nobody wants to be the
Nobody
mush.
wants to be the
Nobody
mush.
wants to be the mush.
But maybe he is. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. You've been the mush and you have fought it tooth and nail.
I'm sure he doesn't like the idea that I'm calling him a mush. I didn't like the idea you guys called me the Bob Mush either. I didn't. Now, that being said, Sergei Bobrovsky, Stanley Cup, Stephen Ross, no playoff wins.
Fonz is hilarious.
Hmm?
He's in Annapolis right now.
Oh. Is he like shooting
I don't know.
a Navy?
He said we're staying right by the Naval Academy. By the way,
Hmm?
we are the only black folks in Annapolis, Maryland currently.
Hmm.
I'm like, I didn't know. And for Fonz to say something like that, you know, he's like quiet. Very noticeable.
Josiah says, mush is the mush. Can't argue it.
That's
Wait, look at those.
The shirts made. The mush is the mush.
No mush, no munion.
No money.
That's true.
The mush is the mush.
I'm trying not to I'm just, we're just spitballing here.
Yeah, but like when we called you the mush, you fought it till death.
I'm sure he would too.
Yeah, okay. But you like, yeah.
But
I mean, can you be the
my
mush though?
But my intentions were also good.
His intentions are great.
I know. But the mush is the mush.
But is it him?
I don't know.
Because the team wasn't winning playoffs long before he came in.
Not long before he came in.
When he came in,
2003?
Was it that early?
2004? Maybe it was later than that.
Later than that.
All right.
I think it was like 7 or 8. Like he was part owner, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
But he ain't have no say
Well,
so.
if he was part owner, that counts.
Wait, what? So if he had anything to do with the team.
Yeah, mush is the mush.
Oh, okay.
2008 is when he got the full control.
So 2008.
Hmm.
They were mushed, long before that. So who's the guy? That Joe Rose? Because he was around when they were
before
winning.
that,
Oh,
You can't put it on Joe.
Who's the new guy? Who came in around 2002, 2003? Chris Grier.
Is Chris Grier the mush? Been with the organization since.
Any guy that tells you that they didn't have you guys worry about the
Wait, how
offensive
long-
line, we don't.
When did he get to the organization?
2000.
Oh, we found it. All right.
Wait. Are you serious?
Yeah,
As
he's
a
been
scout.
around. We knew he'd
Time
been
out,
around for a
time
minute.
out, Hold on.
Hold on.
My arithmetic is not that great. I'm lying. My arithmetic is great. You haven't won a playoff game in 24 years.
Yep.
Chris Grier came in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
The last time you won a playoff game was 2000.
Yep. Mush is the mush.
The math is mathing.
Hey.
Oh, it's math. All right.
Look, I'm figuring across. Whoop.
There's a bunch of equations around you right now.
Like, yeah.
So
how
he's
long
mush-
you been here? Since the last time we won a playoff game?
Yeah.
Wow. We have located the mush.
He's mushy.
Now. The question is,
He's so mushy.
do we bring him some mush medicine to maybe try to
Blue Chew?
No, Blue
Oh.
Chew ain't gonna
Blue
kill him. Blue Chew is just gonna confirm the mush. That's gonna solidify the mush.
One
Like,
instead of the mush, try Blue Chew.
so wait, so what do we do here?
Hmm?
Do we have to like? You want me to go make a doll and get that root off?
I
of
don't
it?
know what I want you to do.
What do
the
we
mush
do?
is the mush.
Do we need to like
Is this witchcraft right now?
do some? No, I don't need witchcraft. I got voodoo at home. I just call somebody and say, "Hey, I need you to put a
Call
root
the
on the
hometown.
mush." Huh?
Okay.
Seance? I don't know what. I don't know
I'll
what.
call
you do.
back home. No, they'll make a doll.
There's a lot of nationalities down here.
They'll
that
make
can
a
get you-
doll.
that can get
I
you
can
the
get some
voodoo.
Haitians.
That's right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You can get some. I got peoples.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
Y'all what? No, for real.
I don't know.
Dude, let me say,
Santeria.
Whatever
listen,
will lead to them being.
Say
the
we
Bills.
got a guy. Since the time he came to the Dolphins, they haven't won a playoff game. Can you get that root off of him? I don't want him no harm, right?
Mhm.
No harm.
No.
But I just want you to get that root off of him.
That works.
Be crazy if
And
they
it's
would-
not like Miss Cleo. This is some real stuff right here.
Be crazy if they're like we tried.
Huh?
Nothing. It would be great if they're like we tried. Too powerful.
No, nope. They ain't gonna. No.
tap
I'm
machine?
telling you, they ain't. No, man. I'm telling you.
That's a show, everybody. Have a great weekend. We will hopefully have a better Monday to look forward to. Can't get much worse than this. Talk to you on Monday.